Freddy.
Alright.
And to prove it,
We're on.
Fredbear.
Button.
No.
It's time to get wrecked.
Fuck you. Wibbly wobbly vulvas.
Oh no.
Heyo.
We all wake up in a
It's always penises. Why can't it be vulvas?
Why can't
No,
it be?
you know
Truly.
what? I agree.
We're live.
So the party wakes up within a pizzeria.
Last
Can I
night
get a
was Saturday night.
Pizza.
Pepperoni pizza.
Well, get live. Alright.
A cucino le popette e spaghetti, no?
There's strange,
I don't speak Italian.
themed golems on a stage.
You know, Tyler, if you're gonna make me rewrite the whole night's adventure right as we go live, you could walk a man.
Clem becomes full goat and just starts eating grass and hitting people with her horns.
Just starts ramming people.
Yep.
Everyone turns into animals. Clem ends up full human.
Fuck!
Just gets normal legs, and she's like, "Wait, my knees bend this way now."
This is really uncomfortable. How do you do
I get
this?
Oh, what are these toe things? I don't get it. I don't get it. Oh, I'm not on balance.
You have too many. There's too many.
All right. More to the point, when last we left our party of lovable dinguses, you were all...
Stabbing. As it goes.
That is the very last thing that was happening. So you all got through your evening of... It wasn't debauchery, but of relaxation and a bit of partying. That was quickly... all sense of relaxation was quickly annihilated when everyone had to be reminded that Davi never got rid of that wild orb that he took from one of the Children of the Storm. And him and Clem attempted to contain it in the short period of time they had. And while damage was minimal, it did send a small birdman flying through the sky.
It's one of those Always Sunny episode intros, but it's just Davi becomes the Unabomber.
Well, that went dark.
No, we make fun of that guy.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, I mean, he's worth making fun of. But, regardless, that was thankfully the only trouble to occur that evening. Cedric unwillingly partook in what some might call a dream. He's not sure if it was. Possibly memories of a life once lived. Not sure if it was. But he was brought back into his current reality before he had much time to make sense of it all. In the morning, you were awarded some gold and some Eyes of the Eagle for your part in freeing Lavinia from the wild magic storm. Past that, you all simply partook in breakfast, said goodbye to Dinah and Stavro, and they didn't really say goodbye to Nivix, but you know, he was there.
Yeah.
He was there. There was some tension.
He was eyeing up our boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stavro saying that Cedric has nothing to worry about, that Nivix simply does not care for soldiers.
Right.
And
They failed in insight.
Stavro believed, or he more asked if Cedric had been given his posture. So, that was the given explanation. So, you set out for LaFair and ran into a small camp, only about 45 minutes outside of the city. From what Davi and Edma were able to discern, you all believe that this is a scouting party. There is suspicion, a strong suspicion on Edma's part, that it belongs in some part to Domu. though the name has not been dropped yet. Though the banner of a black lion head with a distinct sword shape behind it, though now colored green instead of the traditional steel color, was certainly not hurting that inclination. You all devised a cunning ruse to see if you can't snatch one of these guys to question, and we got through most of the ruse last session, which involved a clever combination of fog, Cedric's echo, a little bit of mimicry on Davi's part, and then playing the innocent child. And we left off after Cedric had swapped his physical body with his echo to make it look like he, playing dead, had suddenly become this ghost. Upon one of the figures turning around, Cedric wanted to make an attack from his echo. And why don't we leave off on Cedric? Why don't you...
Seem to have forgotten to bring up my character sheet. 1 second. Let me go ahead and roll that for you. Okay. So let me get to...
He sounds a little confident.
Oh, I got literally the most middling roll I could have, so let me find my bonus real quick. That would be a 17.
A 17. That will hit. Why don't you roll me some damage?
I would love to. That'd be 5. That'd be 9 points of damage.
Okay. So, this weapon attack juts out from your echo, jamming into the soldier's side. He cries out and sort of spins around. Does your echo remain sitting up? Will you have it fall back down? Another third option.
1 sec. I need to plug in my Ethernet. Because it's already a little shaky.
Oops.
Alright. Yeah, so the echo... So basically, yeah, it will stab this guy and then just sort of... I think it'll stay there, like, staring at him.
Staring at him. Interesting. Okay. You see something here? Alright. This man and the archer who was with him, as you've yet to see one of them break away from the group in earnest. I should mention they are packing up with the intention of reporting back to some warlord, not unnamed. The two of them will sort of stare at this echo, and the one will back into the camp going, "Alright, I have had enough of whatever the hell is going on. Guys, get packed up. Kid, your friend's fucked, and he's haunted."
I'm gonna have the echo stand up and just start walking towards them very, like, slowly, like, just slowly approaching.
Your friend's haunted.
The man you stabbed is going to continue to back up, hand on his sword. Let me roll a little check here. Cedric, what is your echo's AC right now?
I believe it's the same as mine. Let me double check. No, it's higher. It's 17.
17. Okay. He will back up and he will take a bit of a wild swing at your echo.
Yeah.
Of course, in his state with a newly injured side, he doesn't put in the good form he should and swings a bit wide. However, looking almost agitated by the whole thing, the archer with him simply raises his crossbow and just puts a bolt right through its head.
Okay. And it has 1 hit point, so it will...
has 1 hit point.
It will poof.
So, the echo vanishes, and he looks at him and goes, "There. Are you happy now? It's gone." Christ, you are such a scaredy cat.
Is it just Davi there now?
Yeah, and Davi's just going to go, Cedric was a ghost and now he's double dead.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Still playing up his innocent child act.
So I guess the rest of us are just sort of grouped up for the...
We're like outside of the camp a little bit.
Yeah, the rest of you had taken up various hidden positions within the woods on either side of the road, just outside the camp. Now, Cedric, since you swapped with your Echo had previously been in the camp.
Right.
Which means you are in the camp.
Well, I said that after swapping, I wanted to get to where everyone else was and take up position with them.
Oh, you did say that. That's right. Yeah. Thank you.
Is there still the fog cloud?
You defog cloud before this whole ruse went into effect.
Not me being a cloud. Didn't
Phoebe...
Phoebe
yes.
call in a fog cloud? Like
Cloud.
the
Right,
actual
not sorry,
spell
the
fog
gaseous
cloud.
form, the literal fog cloud, that's right. No, that is still present unless Clem has dispersed it.
I just disperse it when you want me to, because I'm pretty sure... How long does this shit last? Just for a
Okay,
while.
we need to grab at least one of these guys, right?
That's the idea, yeah.
I'm gonna start creeping and hoping that, you know, I know I'm gonna be a little noisy, but trying to get up on one of these guys.
Okay, well, they're fairly distracted. That might affect the DC, but go ahead and give me a stealth check with your...
It can last up to an hour, so I'm gonna leave it up.
I'll say their distraction plus the fog cloud, I'll say that's going to cancel your disadvantage from your armor. So just give me a straight stealth roll.
No gaze.
Out the mod 20.
Mod 20, okay. Yeah, you find one of the other swordsmen packing up some of the crates, and his back is to the trees. He's kind of keeping an eye on the other guys across the way.
Just gonna walk up, giant hand over his mouth, and pull him back.
So you just yoink this guy right out of the camp.
Yeah, we have a
And-
phone call at the 20. I think
Yeah.
I can do it.
I think you can do it. That was more a narration than a question. So you just kind of just... Man, could you guys be any... As the others kind of look around and go, "Did you hear something?" He's probably whining somewhere else. And they will just about continue to pack up, but Edma, you now have one of these soldiers.
You can now put a
Actively
soldier
struggling, I will say.
in your inventory.
This is the whole soldier in my inventory now.
Add one
Awesome.
soldier into your inventory.
Thank you.
I'm just gonna start pulling them back to the group, and then take out, toss some rope down, and be like, Davi, you know how to tie a rope, help me get this guy tied up.
Yeah. That will just say, "Oh, I know how to tie a rope, Edma. You do it like you wrestle people."
Yeah.
Davi, do you have a cold? Am I there?
I do not have cold, Cedric. Oh, do you mean my breath? Hold on, I can do that. And he'll take out one of those little mint candies, pop it in, and start breathing out
Something's wrong.
cold breath.
Something's wrong, but I can't tell what.
I imagine the soldier's just so fucking confused by what he's seeing.
It's just flavored differently today.
Hmm.
Look,
It's like
sometimes you
sugar
wake up and your
dressing.
voice is deeper.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Except this is like almost nighttime again, isn't it?
No, you guys left pretty early in the morning. You only got 45 minutes outside of the city.
So it's
So,
morning, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
not even noon yet.
Damn, Dobby hitting puberty soon.
Hello,
Should we-
Cedric.
Should we wait for these guys
I have
to leave
news
before
for
we start
Cedric.
interrogating? Or...
What?
The camp? Are we gonna wait for them to leave, or are we going to just start interrogating this guy now?
Should probably wait for us to have the
we
Got
just
more.
move him further away so they can't hear him while we do whatever we need to do?
Okay, we'll just leave them. Let's just hope they don't notice and come looking. I'll throw the now tied up man over my shoulder and start walking back towards. We had a cart, right?
You do not currently have a cart.
Oh. We've just been trekking it on foot. Okay,
Yeah,
then I'm just
you
gonna start heading
briefly-
back to the path we were on.
Okay, so you guys can head a little ways down the road backwards away from the camp. Without much issue. The guards, the remaining soldiers do not seem to notice. Though you can hear one mumbling something about freaky ghosts and wanting to get out of here.
Well, it sounds like the plan at least worked.
Now we question him,
Oh, yeah.
and then tie him up to a tree, and be on our merry way.
Well, considering how these guys were talking, he'll probably be happy to be free from that shit. Lay him up against the tree, and then I'll remove whatever mouth gag we have.
Okay.
You pull down the, you remove whatever was covering his mouth, and he's just looking between you all. Who the hell are you?
I have a feeling you know someone like me. Maybe black fur, bit more rude. Probably would have killed you instead of just grabbing you like I did.
And he's gonna look you for a minute, squint, and say, "Oh. Yes, George's child, right? Yeah, we've heard all about you."
I don't like that tone, and I don't like the lack of respect to Zor's name. So next
Why would I
time,
respect him? I didn't know the guy.
you'll respect him if you want to keep your life. How about that?
Roll me an intimidation check.
I think I'm good at those. How's a nat 20?
Ooh, what is that modified to?
25?
Damn.
Very nice. And you say that he squints a little more, and while he doesn't necessarily start shaking, you can tell just by the way he kind of shifts and purses his lips a little that he's taking that threat very seriously.
Now, I like to believe we can use our words instead of our swords in every situation. So let's have a little conversation, and you can have your life. Are you
Fine.
okay with that?
Fine, what do you want?
Deal with this shit.
How long have you been working with him? Domo, I mean.
I joined 3 months ago.
Was he a big name when you joined? Was he just starting out? I want to know how long he's been doing this.
Domu's been a warlord for about 2 years now. He's had an army big enough to keep that little mountain village beneath them under wraps for at least a year and a half.
Interesting. And you work for him willingly?
Yes?
He pays you well?
I mean, he doesn't pay us per se.
So what do you guys get out of it?
I mean,
Why would you work with a wicked monster like that?
well, when your boss controls a whole town, or soon enough a whole city, rent doesn't really become an issue. Food, why pay for it? He'll feed you. He does feed us, mind you. We don't get money, but he's no interest in charging his soldiers rent for anywhere he takes over.
Interesting.
It's free food, free shelter, arms, armor, training.
You can get those things in an army. An actual army.
Didn't we hear from one of the other guards in the camp that you were planning on taking over this town?
We were sent to scout, given the recent storm. Didn't want to move in while it was still raging on. Kind of hard to fight against that.
What does Domu think about the incidents of arcane nature happening?
I mean, I don't talk to the guy directly. As far as I'm aware, he sees them as humorous as all these mages squabble about and run around like chickens with no heads.
Wow, this guy's an asshole.
Yeah, well... You haven't met him yet.
Huh, you
He's
don't
worse.
want to. You meet him, you get to be the new decorations.
I'm going to remove his head from his body. And
And
none
how
of you
big
are
is
going to
Domu?
stop him. He's... maybe a foot taller than me.
Any chance that I could put his, remaining bits after you chop his head off to good use? Could I have that?
We will see how I'm feeling when he's dead.
I don't normally push, but I'd really could use the extra boost in proteins.
Well, you're gonna eat him?
No, absolutely not. That's not how that works.
He's
I'm not
just
going into
to be
detail. I don't want you
comfort.
going after my business.
We have no interest in random businesses run by... he's gonna kind of look you up and down, and it's not like... You can tell he's not trying to be an asshole, but he's like looking at you like, wait, hang on. I know what these people are called. Hold on.
Starts with an S, ends with an R, it's got a Y in it. Oh my god, come on, dude.
I mean, he works for Domu. He's not the brightest.
Hey.
I mean, if you had half a mind about you, you wouldn't get up with someone like that, but I wouldn't expect people working with him to have half a mind.
Well, if I had half a mind, I wouldn't have had to drop out of school.
Cedric sort of like
You
just
had
winces.
doesn't mean it doesn't hurt.
You wouldn't have dropped out of school. But you
Oh,
don't
you're
have
one of
ethics.
those people. Oh, give me a break. Work ethic this. Anyone can succeed that. I busted my ass trying to study and I still got kicked out.
Probably wasn't a good school for you. That's fine. That's valid. But to join
I mean, I was
up
offered
with someone like that isn't an acceptable position either.
a position with some scientific types and I turned it down for business.
Yeah, see, you got to turn it down. I didn't get to say no. They said no. And yeah, ma'am, as a matter of fact, sure, go join an army. Slaughter someone else. You realize all armies kill people.
Well,
There are many
the
who
army
would be
doesn't have to kill anyone. If there's time of peace, the army doesn't serve that purpose. They just protect.
Oh,
How many
Paul.
times
Go
was
around
being
being
killed?
murdered.
Oh, please. The crown goes looking for war. There's no such thing as an army idling.
Should be.
Do you know many of the do you know many of the other armies in the area? I'm assuming Domo would need to know his opposition.
Well, there's the Royal Army, obviously. It's one of the neighboring countries to the north. He's kept a beat on. The border's not close, but needs to be aware of conflicts.
Is there one? Any about? Do I know what army that I was that the whole thing that happened with me was, or how much do I know about that? Do I, if I just know like a crest from my flashback or something, can I describe that?
He would have seen colors, wouldn't he?
Yeah, not a crest, but you would easily be able to recall the style of uniform you saw everyone wearing.
Yeah. Yeah. What about one with uniforms like, and I'll describe what I remember.
Sure. And he's just gonna look at you and go, buddy, that's run-of-the-mill Royal Army attire. Like, you could be describing anyone from your new recruit to the 8th General.
I'm eyeing Cedric with that very specific comment.
I'll say, I'll just be like, yep, that was a test and you passed.
He's just gonna kind of glance at Emma like, you guys do tests?
How do you feel about becoming an apricot tree?
Sorry, what?
That is a fair question. How do you feel about becoming an apricot tree?
Hang on. Don't pretend that's normal.
Well, have you never gotten in the one in an interview? If you were a type of tree, what tree would you be? We're feeling it out. We'll start with apricot.
No. Fruit tree.
Uh,
What fruit tree would you like to be?
Where the hell do you people come from where they ask you that?
Where did we come from? What cardinal direction?
I want to say we were from, like, the west.
Isn't it like southwest?
We haven't started going north yet, I don't think.
I don't
think
remember.
it's east.
Ethan.
Yeah,
What cardinal direction?
Cardinal direction, you guys are basically coming from the west.
West.
So we're going east. So, yeah, we're from the west. I was right! Yay!
West. We're from the west. Not the far west. Very close west, actually. Just, like a week or two.
You don't know where your general originates from?
I'm sorry. Do I look like I'm high-ranking? I'm in a scouting party.
You could be a high-ranking apricot tree.
That's true, that's true.
She makes
What
excellent.
does that even mean?
She makes
I
excellent
want
ones.
to turn your corpse into plant food. For my
gonna
apricot
turn-
trees.
He's gonna turn back to Edma. I thought you said if I talked, I got to live.
Yeah, but if you don't, I'd like to figure out what you'd like before you die, This is just
Contingencies.
further intimidation
He could
tactics.
live. So long as you keep respect on Sora's name.
If I said anything, I'm answering your questions, alright?
You are,
Yeah, it's still general practice for me to, ask for consent on stuff like that,
She does. I'm
Before you
surprised she
die.
hasn't pulled out the contract yet.
What contract? What
He can't
does this
exactly-
woman do for a living?
He can't exactly sign a contract with his hands tied behind his back like
It's
that.
okay. It's okay. We'll untie him later.
I'll just brush some ink on your lips and you can kiss the paper. That's fine.
So your friends are heading back to give Domu information on the town? You guys are going to be trying to attack it, or you guys think it's not worth it?
Yeah, the report was gonna be the storm is gone. They're at a place of contentment. Look, that would, to me, seem like the conditions where Domu might launch an attack. But
So
honestly,
the conditions are bad. They're not good. The place is swarming and on edge, and an attack would probably prove fatal. And you'll tell him that, or
Where
you
is
can use
he?
your tongue.
What town?
He's up in the mountains.
he took.
Wild magic running rampant.
Yeah, but Edma, I don't know if you told us directly where you're from or where Dormu lives, so.
He's holed up in a temple in the mountains above Araya.
Oh, that's cute. We were in a temple in the sky.
Good for you. Look, I can try to tell him that, but I'm one guy, and the rest of my scouting party clearly does not believe that. And I don't
So
know
should
about
we
you.
go back and spook them? Is that what you want? We can threaten all of you. We have enough people.
You're asking that like I have a choice, because you're telling me, hey, liar will kill you, aka, hey, go die. You know what I don't want to be? I don't want to be a fucking statue adorning that temple for the rest of my life, okay?
You keep saying that, a statue adorning the temple. Could you explain that?
You don't know. You're hunting this
know.
guy and you don't know. Oh my god.
What, does he
I
have
only
some
just
kind of
recently
petrification
found out
thing?
what he was doing there.
Yeah. His sword turns you to stone if it cuts you.
That's a whole new meaning to sword in the stone.
Turns you to stone if it cuts you at all or if it kills you.
If it cuts you.
Anyway, if you'd rather live on your next life in the form of a tree, if you find that preferable, hit me up.
Yeah, you can be a tree or you can be a statue. You've got options here, buddy.
No, it sounds like you're telling me I die either way, which is a great way to get me to stop answering
You
questions.
can be a rock or a hard place.
No.
Well,
If you
you're
let me
gonna die
live,
if you
I
go
keep
back,
answering.
then you shouldn't go back. We could let you go, but I don't know what you'll find. You can become a tree when you die naturally. That's what the contract's for.
Yeah, I don't think I want crazy satyr lady over there turning me into a fruit tree somehow. I don't want to know the details.
Oh, she's quite nice when you
you
get to
see,
know
I
her.
liquefy your body.
No details, no details.
Jeez, you're making me cough.
It's the yawn cough. One person does it and everyone starts doing it.
Yeah.
I'm eating chicken.
Look, I'll answer your questions, but if you think one scouting party, not even a party,
It's
one
not.
scouting officer going to tell him something is enough
It's
to
not
change his
going to be
mind.
enough. I know. I've already decided to that. I wish there was more we could do, but
Is there a way we
you've given
could-
me enough information.
Is there a way we could make this person our eyes and ears? Like we got reports back from him?
Absolutely not. I refuse. Not on a moral ground, but listen, clearly I don't want to die, hence I'm answering your questions, despite the fact that that will get me killed. But two, if I start acting as a spy, I will be killed.
You could just head into town and find a job. I'm sure there's a bunch of people that died that left some openings for easy jobs that anyone could do.
Well, yeah, given my predicament, that's kind of the spot I'm in. Provided you all let me live, yeah, I'm gonna have to go find something else to
You're
do.
going to live. The threats were just to get you to talk. You're fine. I'm a woman of my word. I'm a samurai through and through.
I wasn't threatening anything. Those were
Yeah.
legitimate offers.
That somehow makes it worse. Look, do you guys need anything else? Because if the other guys find me, I'm gonna be in so much shit.
Do you guys have anything you wanted to ask him, or am I free to just cut him free?
Nah, cut him loose. Make sure he goes way back to town, and we'll be on our merry way.
I'll start cutting him loose. I'm gonna take any larger weapons he might have had. Like, did he have a sword?
He had a sword, which you can basically just ask him to hand it over at this point, and he'll just toss
Yeah.
it to you.
I'll leave him with whatever else he had, though, because he's still gotta walk a good bit back. Don't want Albert to kill you, you know? And I'll, like, give a fucking laugh at part, like, thump on the back as I send him on his way.
And he's just gonna kind of look over his shoulder, like, listen, I didn't join because I agreed with him. I joined because resistance is death up there. Free
We're not up
meals.
there anymore.
Well, you don't get to report back a failure. Not if you serve Domu.
You have no money?
Oh, but it's the free meals that you all work for him for. Not the
I don't
free...
think I killed people for a free meal.
Well, when you don't get a lot of food otherwise, you'd be surprised what you do for a meal. Sorry, we're not all moral paragons.
I'm
Why don't
going
you
to
work at, like, the
put
baker's
8
or
gold in
something?
his hand, and I'm just gonna tell him, look, that's like a day's work. Just get an honest life. You don't need to go to school for that.
Ain't no smack him on his butt, tell him to get on his way. Go get him, Tiger.
Pretty much.
He'll sort of like, with a smack, just kind of sheepishly walk off. Looking maybe a little ashamed of himself.
Okay, but I seriously need to start thinking about finding some more bodies, because, I've been away for a while now.
So, do you have to physically bring them back yourself? Are we gonna have to make another trip back at some
You can
point?
make them walk
Maintain
themselves
that?
there.
Oh, that is very convenient. Do they also perform the things on themselves, or does...
No.
I'm really sorry, I forgot his name. What's your small
His? Her?
Look, these funny girls, they're all the same thing.
Valile.
Really, I knew it was something with a V. Valile was... Does he know how to do it, or... Was that your other
Why
friend?
don't we just not deal with them? There's a... You said it was a dryad, right? Dryad question mark?
Yeah, kind of a bizarre looking dryad you ran into.
She might be able to figure it out, but... I need some bodies to work with instead of none, so...
How many do we need to acquire?
I don't know, like 2 or 3 every couple weeks.
Do we have to make up for any lost time, or are we on good pace?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
well,
gonna start asking a little more earnestly. Man, what are you doing?
if we have to fight any of Domu's soldiers, I don't mind giving up their bodies.
I'd still like to ask them for consent before I kill them.
I imagine that'd be nice.
But you know, if they're attacking us, and, you know, they happen to die along the way, then I'll just consider that consent.
Yeah.
It's very important. Alright, let's get a move on.
Yeah. I'll just put Davi up on my shoulders.
You turn to grab him because he had been startlingly quiet throughout this whole process, and you see him, for the first time, you see him holding Stickbird, but then he's got a second stick doll in a slightly different shape, and he's just kind of bopping their heads together.
Yes, they're kissing. How nice. Uppies.
I watch Stickbird intently.
I don't like the way you said that.
Cedric's paranoia is his own.
Cedric was behind the experiments that were done on me. I mean Stickbird.
On our way down the path.
Stickbird is the true mastermind.
Mm-hmm.
He created Metal Gear.
That from me.
Created Metal Gear.
Stickbird is a weapon to surpass Metal Gear.
When I moved.
The 2 maps?
Yeah, I remember we had a map. I had one of them. I don't remember if I still have the map.
Oh, you had the physical map, I believe. I don't know if you left it at the house. Quinn, did she?
I did not. I have it.
Oh.
I have
Okay.
it right here.
And I'm happy to remember that I did edit that before you left.
You
which
did.
is great. Yeah,
You
I added
did.
that extra road because there was a weird gap in there.
So
And
I
this
will
keeps
make
being
sure to
moved
take
forward.
pictures of this for the group. Because we just left Lavinia.
Yeah.
Are
We're
we
headed
heading
towards
to
Lafair.
Lafair? Yeah. Okay, so I've still got an idea of what's going on.
So you can go to Lafair, and then you guys sounded like you wanted to help track down Domu, so that's just go a little further down, take the left, and head north.
Yeah.
I should really digitize that if you want me to.
I'll be honest, I might go back and make a good well, maybe not a good version, I'm not a cartographer, but a better version. It is well documented that I did not expect Quinn to ask me for a literal actual map.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't...
No, I wasn't upset by the request, but I wasn't expecting it, so I sat there and I went, I've never made a map on this scale before, and that's what I came up with. And honestly, it's been a handful of years. I'm looking, I'm like,
I think it was a very useful map. I like it.
It's fine.
It's got drawing, and it's got a little tree.
It is a functional map. I like it.
It looks like a subway system, kind of like that. It's sideways.
Whee!
Fix it.
This is my fault. Fuck you. I'll fix it in a moment. Let me get
Fix
that.
it now. Yes. Yes.
I'm just gonna be doing this for the rest of the session.
Well, Quinn, you and I are Magic players. That's called just I drew a split card.
Fucking goddamn it.
Like, it's the easiest thing in Magic. If your opponent draws a card and tilts their head, you're like, well, okay, they've drawn, what's that, Fire and Ice probably? Okay.
Oh, there's a Cedric.
Hmm?
What was that about?
What was what?
Asking about, military colors and all that.
Oh, well, I think I...
No, I don't. That's why I'm asking.
You remember some things.
Clem knows I have amnesia, correct? That was yeah.
Clem knows more about you than I think the rest of the party.
Yes.
She's seen inside of your body.
Yeah, that's right.
He saw your sleeping face.
Should I not be under the impression that you have it?
Yeah, your terrifying sleeping face.
I'll
I
sort
never
of...
see it again.
Hold up a sec. What were you saying, Alice?
I started to say something and then I wasn't sure if maybe, do we not all know that he has amnesia? Is that
I don't remember.
I know Clem does.
I believe
I don't
he
know
did
how I
confess
know
the
about
amnesia
that.
to everyone.
Yeah, I think I did say that much. I think Clem knows more than everyone else, though, about the details.
I think you two talked it over.
I just wanted to make sure I wasn't stepping on toes.
Sure.
No. I do believe Cedric chose to share, had no issue sharing that he has memory problems, but I believe him and Clem decided to hold off on filling everyone in on the other stuff.
Right. In that case, yeah, I'll sort of make sure me and Clem are a little to the side, and I'll be like, alright, so I had this dream? It's more like a memory, except I could, I assume it was a memory, but I was myself, my present self, so I could say and do things that were from my current mental framework, if that makes sense.
But you didn't remember anything from the current moment.
No. My mind...
Without remembering.
Correct. My memory in the memory was of my current self.
Weird.
I was...
And you saw these military colors? What all happened?
I was a part of this military outfit. We...
I'll be right back.
Myself and a companion, the person who's been claiming to be my brother, it seems like that we were working on some sort of project. Had a fancy name.
Ominous.
Something about, I think we were trying to crack immortality in soldiers. It was from the sounds of it. I mean...
Wow, that sounds incredibly illegal.
I don't know. I certainly am not a fan of whatever was going on, considering how it turned out.
Well, yeah, it seems like you're the
I want to know how I ended up the guinea pig.
experiment. Yeah. Okay, so what was it? The Royal Military? Is that what he said?
Yes, the royal... Yeah.
Oh boy. Was there anything else that you recognized, kind of, that I should know about, or was that it?
That you know about? Not specifically.
That I should know about.
Another person in that camp was the man who attacked me shortly after I woke up. and who I killed.
Oh. Shit.
Seemed like an unfriendly sort. I need to write all these names down because I don't remember them offhand.
Good. Whenever Ethan gets back, you can do that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, her fingernails look like fingernails now. Holy shit.
Isn't that a sentence to walk back in on?
Ethan, can you remind me some names?
I would be delighted.
My maybe brother for one. The guy who I killed, or who attacked me, who was in that memory, and the name of the project we were working on.
Sure. Let me see. So you, I believe, received 2 new names during that sequence.
Oh, Devin was
so
the brother. Devin was, that's right.
Yeah. Devin is your possibly maybe brother.
Right.
The man you killed was named Barrick, Barrik.
Barrick. Guy I killed. Okay, and the project?
Well, for your note, if you're taking notes, there was a half-elf that you were reminded is named Vito.
Vito. Okay, this was someone in the army. The flashback.
Yeah, he was at the table with everyone.
Okay.
No one else at the table was named. He got pointed out as a name, so I thought, oh well, Cedric would remember that. And the project was coined Project Titan Forge.
That's right. Alright, so I will relay this to Clem.
Oh boy. That's some heavy shit, dude.
Well, potentially as heavy as this thing in my chest, I'll just sort of like thunk on it. Does it make a noise, or does it just like the normal like chest thumping noise? Out of curiosity.
Pretty normal. The skin and
muscle, it's a cushion.
Thin are still dampening any sound.
Yeah.
I can imagine what he was trying to accomplish, though.
Yeah.
Clem pictures a clunk clunk noise.
Right. Anonymous backer, prototypes, backer turned on them. Okay, I was just reminding myself. I need to keep track of everything I already know about this, because there's a lot.
There is a lot, and I am happy to clarify whenever you need it.
Yep.
Do you think anything in particular triggered this dream memory?
I have no idea. I'm more. I don't know if it was just a dream, and that's why I could interact with it as such. What scares me more is if that's somehow the way it actually happened, and I was interacting with those people from a mind I would have in the future. What would that mean for me?
Well, it could just be how your psyche interacts with that regained memory. It doesn't necessarily mean it was any more or less real.
Right.
Chances are your brain probably reorganized itself whenever you went off script.
That's my hope. The alternative is a whole new level of... I don't even want to think about it.
It would be nice, though, if we had somebody who could, kind of validate whatever memories you do get, so to speak.
I want to know who this anonymous backer was, who stepped up and took over the funding for this project.
Was there anybody in your dream that was really friendly with you?
I don't know. I mean, Devin, to a point. We seem to be professionally on good terms.
It's snowing outside.
Yeah, it's snowing over here. It's been snowing for a while.
We got some too.
It was raining for the last like week, and now it's snowing.
We had some sideways rain an hour ago.
Blustering winds.
Yeah, the wind.
Oh yeah, no,
Oh yeah.
it's been hella windy up here too.
Mm-hmm.
I got straight up sideways rain like 2 hours ago.
It was really hard to drive.
Cedric, you would say though, the table you were sitting at did kind of have an air of friends ribbing each other more than
Right. Yeah.
colleagues. Just so we're clear.
Mhm.
Obviously, you know,
Barrack,
say what you will.
yeah, Barrack to me seemed a little. Maybe it was just like a sort of just the grouchy one at the table. But I'm that might have just been because I was asking weird questions.
Well, the tiefling you were talking to did remind you that Barrack was famously humorless.
Right. So that he was just kind of I mean, we all seem to be companionable enough.
No one that's out as like best friend or whatever. I'm just trying to gauge somebody we might potentially be able to trust when we find them.
Hard to
If
get.
we find them.
Yeah, hard to get a real beat on anyone. Vito was a name that was brought up, like a person who was seemed to be a prominent member.
Well, I guess keep all that in mind, and if you have another one, take notes once you wake up.
If I have another mind.
Dream journal time.
Oh, another dream.
Yeah.
No, when you
Dream
wake up.
memory?
Cedric, you wake up.
Well, whatever this event you would call it as.
What happened to me makes no sense, and as far as I'm concerned, anything is on the table.
Cedric, you wake up, you're back in the army, we're playing all the characters that you saw.
Oh no.
Welcome to your new party.
Maybe the you of back then isn't completely dead and is like communicating to you. That part of your brain.
That's a sobering thought. I don't know how I feel about that person. I don't really know them that well.
Well, it's still you.
I feel like the me of today wouldn't get involved in military experiments, but I suppose that's hindsight for you.
Well, the you of today wasn't born as the you of yesterday. Question mark? I don't know how this works. This is complicated.
Preaching to the choir.
Usually people who die stay dead. You're the exception.
Well, and everyone with a fat sack of coin and access to a church.
Yeah. That's why there's usually in that statement. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Kitty things?
Crime. Kitty crime.
A mint heist.
Violence.
Speaking of a mint heist. Mint gum? Can I have one? Can you chuck it at me? Just like pelt me with it. Make it hurt.
You know,
Okay.
Phoebe, if you're gonna engage in your kink, would you mind muting yourself?
It's not a cake.
For real.
It fell on the floor.
That's what happens when you ask someone to pelt you.
No, he didn't pelt me. He underhand threw it.
Oh, wow. Come on,
So
dude,
you
she
failed
asked you
to
to.
catch it.
I think
Here we go.
I probably at this point me and Clem will drift back to the group.
Yep. Come on.
Oh, no, go away, Papa.
Come on up.
Oh, Windows, I don't care. Oh my
Are you guys ready for kitty licking noises?
Oh yeah.
What are you trying to load? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Jesus.
I forgot about the mint
Okay.
fiend.
So, making your way back to the group, Zeshi and Edma are patiently waiting. Davi, on top of Edma's shoulders, is still making his little stick people kiss.
Kitty licking noises.
Woot woot. Well, you two were getting awfully wordy.
Oh,
You
Billy,
have a problem with talking? That's all.
No.
Do
I'm
you want to
just
talk about
jealous.
something with us?
Everyone just kind of like looked up. I don't have anything on my mind. We're fine.
You sure? Because we're here. I'm here at least.
I took that guy's sword. What kind of sword could I add to my inventory? Question mark.
You would add a longsword to your inventory.
Okay.
I don't know why, but he's scrunching up the bridge of his nose when he licks, and it is so funny. Why are you making that face?
So if I wanted to start dual wielding, question mark, I should unequip my shield.
You would need to unequip your shield if you wanted to start using two swords, yes.
Okay. Now, so I'm pretty sure I have feature that says when I'm dual wielding, my AC should still get bumped up by 1. So my AC
If you
should...
yeah.
Yeah, dual wielder... So how do I actually add that? Or...
If it's on Beyond, it should auto-add if you've got the feat.
do you have the dual
I've
wielder
got it.
feat?
I do have the dual wielder's feat. It's at the bottom of my character sheet. And I have the 2 swords equipped, but my AC is still 16. Should be 17.
Let me see here. Separate melee weapon, Yu-Chan. Yeah, 2 longswords. I don't know.
I don't know. Let me see. Alright, I'm just gonna enter a +1 miscellaneous bonus on your sheet.
Okie dokie.
And that should hopefully and we'll just make a note, it's for the dual wielder feat. If I can spell. No, that's not.
And so the difference when I make
There we go.
the bonus action attack, right, is just that I don't get the modifier
To your damage.
to my damage. Okay.
Yeah, you still get your normal modifier that you have with the weapon to hit, but an offhanded attack doesn't get damage. Let me see, does dual wielder address that? Use and can draw. No, it does not.
Yeah, I think there's multiple feats regarding dual wielding, so I'll probably have to take a second one to...
Well, there's feats, and there's the fighting style for dual wielding,
Right.
which I believe gives you the bonus to damage. But still, the fact that you don't need to have the light tag on dual wielded weapons, that is also just a good thing for the feat to give you.
Oh man, I still got my tiny bag of dicks.
You got your
That's
tiny
not
bag of-
even worth questioning.
It's a little
Tiny-
bag of super fun penis candy.
Yep, okay. I
Oh,
thought
I
that.
wasn't even really right. I thought
So-
this was an item you had in game, and I was like, when did Ethan give you a tiny bag of dicks?
I knew she meant the candy.
So,
Instead of a bag of tricks, it's a bag of dicks.
so if someone in fact tells you to go and eat a bag of dicks, you can be like, yes, I will.
That is an X-rated campaign where I give you that.
I was
You- like-
really confused. I couldn't
like you have the
remember it
perfect
coming up, and I
response,
was
just-
like, why is this, what? See, now I'm
Sorry,
just imagining
derailing.
playing
I'm
with
gonna
a
mute
tiny
myself.
bag of dicks.
I feel like it's worth having one of those just to have the perfect comeback.
Yeah, go eat a bag of dicks. What?
You mean this?
Please.
Are you saying please because you want it?
No. It would be funny to have in like a comedy campaign.
In a comedy campaign, certainly.
Comedy.
Alas, this campaign is not.
This campaign is
Comedy. There is
deadly serious.
Like, get a horse.
No laughing or having fun allowed in this campaign.
Don't you dare smile. I don't want to hear a single pun.
So we can't have a bag of holding dicks?
No, it's
No.
like the bag of tricks.
Oh no.
But the bag of dicks.
Oh no.
Alright.
Oh no.
That's what I was saying.
Could be the bag of turning tricks.
Oh no.
But that's a very different campaign.
Yes it is.
Alright, so assumedly you guys are... So how are you going straight back to the path?
Yeah, I think we're heading.
I mean, the path would take us right back to that camp, wouldn't it?
No.
Yes, you do know they were almost done packing up, so it depends on if you want to worry about running into them again or give them some time to get ahead.
We should, because Davi interacted with them and they'd be like, what the fuck is he doing with a bunch of people now?
True.
So yeah, I'd say we wait a little bit, let them pack.
You guys wanna go hunt for dinner? Or lunch? Well,
Dinner.
some places lunch is dinner, so yeah, let's go get dinner.
Maybe it would be more brunch than anything else.
Okay, well... Let's just go catch some food. For a non-specific meal.
Hold on.
Holding on.
Hold on longer.
I'm just gonna start checking my crossbow and making sure that it is all in working order.
Makes me very mad that this is not alphabetical.
It is in good working condition.
Right, I think we're equipped to go for a quick little hunt. Cedric?
Or I could just do Goodberry.
Yes, we can.
Just do Goodberry. But I like to hunt for my meals. I'm a samurai.
I am also able to fend for myself in the wilderness. If you'd like assistance.
I'm just offering, it's a nice little team building exercise.
What's your survival? Mine's +5.
+1.
Okay, I think I'm actually.
Do you want me to help? Mine's +7.
Oh wow, look
So-
at you, so nice.
So I was gonna.
Join our club. You're more than welcome to. I just thought it might be fun for us to do as a group, as a family, something like that.
I was.
Yeah, we can hunt.
I was gonna picture it like Edma starts
Forget your
trying.
sorceress.
I was gonna picture like Edma starts trying to forage and hunt, and I just like I'm coming along like with the expectation on myself like I'm a student, but I end up starting explaining more than I'm actually learning.
Clem's probably looking more for plants than she is for animals. Like edible plants and whatnot. Or inedible ones,
Okay, why don't you guys roll me a group survival check?
Oh,
Like each or just...
Yeah, each, and we'll count an amount of passes and failures.
I rolled a nat 20.
Damn, you're rolling hot tonight, Alice.
I don't know. Maybe it's because I was
floor dice do not count.
Somebody had to get the luck, and he's not here to absorb all of it.
I know Seshi rolled pretty good too.
22.
I got the
24.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I mean, this party is kind of cracked.
That's true. We did all roll crazy
Speaking of,
stuff.
has Zeshi just been like calmly watching everything that's been going on?
Yeah, she doesn't really care. We're talking about, we were talking about education system earlier. We're talking about government, philosophy. She doesn't give a shit.
Zeshi, I found a coffee tree.
She's like, yikes, tune it out.
Zeshi,
God, if I wanted this, I'd be at home.
Yeah.
Oh my God, thanks, Dad.
Zeshi,
Yeah, I need a lecture on fiscal responsibility. Can we go, like, shoot some magic now?
while I'm foraging, I just call it like, Zeshi, I found a coffee tree.
So what kind of animals, what kind of prey do we find here?
Okay, so let me get this in accordance. So, Alice, what was your modified roll? 21?
21, yeah.
Zeshi was a 24. Cedric, what were you?
22.
22. And Clem?
I rolled like dog shit, so I only got a 16.
Well, you say that, but I'm about to roll Davies, and I have some of the worst luck in the group, so we'll see. Let me check his modifier.
How exciting.
I think he's got decent... I think he's got pretty good survival, actually. Oh, no, just +2. Yep, he got the worst. He's got a 14.
Oops.
Okay, well, that's okay. That's okay. Survival isn't Davi's job in the party. So, let's see.
And it's not not RJ rolling, so he actually gets normal rolls this session.
Yeah,
Right.
he's allowed to. He is capable of rolling under an 18 when someone else has the die.
Exactly.
I would say. Let's start with Clem. You find a handful of good herbs, a few spice sprouts here and there. You also find a small amount, like a small colony of mushrooms.
Badger.
Like mushroom.
Mushroom. Except something's familiar. You could swear you've seen these mushrooms before. And you're not sure. It's
Fuck.
the bright coloring.
Bite me in the ass.
What's gonna bite
I
you in the
think
ass?
I connect the dots. I think I connected the dots, but I can't.
Whoa,
I'm not
whoa.
Alice has connected the dots. I just want to say that.
Same.
I'm gonna poke one.
So you poke one, and it just sits there. Clem, you know enough about gardening and general fungus, the bright colors, the odd shade. These things would kill any one
Yup.
of you. Like, maybe Edma could eat one and just get by with throwing up for a day.
Yup.
Wait. That's
Fucking
right,
called it.
there's a mushroom lady.
Yup.
Yo.
Can you talk to those fucking mushrooms?
Yeah. I don't know what they tell me.
Do mushrooms qualify for speak with plants? Because fungi are technically a different kingdom.
Oh, that's a good question.
Fungi are technically a different kingdom, but there is no speak with fungi, so I would allow it.
It'd be funnier if speak with dead works with mushrooms.
You want me to talk to the fungus?
Talk to the fungus
that's up
among
to
us.
you at the moment. Think on it. Let's see. Is anyone else bunched up? Cedric, are you and Zeshi paired together? Is everyone else just kind of near Edma?
Uh-oh.
I'm definitely wherever the hunting is. So
I mean, I'm just hunting and foraging. Given that I got a good roll on my own, I'm probably, like, not super close to anyone.
Okay.
Unless people
so
want to
that
follow
would-
me.
You only got one higher than me.
Whoa.
Whoa.
You cannot drop this on me out of fucking nowhere. You're telling me speak with plants I can make difficult terrain no longer difficult terrain
Huh.
by talking to the plants.
Then asking them to get out of the way, yeah.
Or the other way around. I can tell them
Yeah.
to get in the way.
Yeah, if the plants are causing the difficult terrain, yeah, you can persuade them to let you and anybody you like through.
I thought you could only talk to them. That's fucking awesome.
Of course you can ask them of things. It's called role play.
Well, I mean,
no,
yes.
I
but
thought you could only talk to them. I didn't know you could, like...
There are some other effects in the spell, yeah.
the
Help me
spell
out here.
specifically calls out that you can turn difficult terrain into not difficult terrain,
And
vice
other-
versa.
Yeah.
That is fucking cool.
Okay, so Cedric, you're probably hunting on your... Of course, none of you are particularly far from each other.
Sure. I'm probably kind of close to Edma.
Yeah, everyone's within earshot of one another. Let's see. Cedric, you find... Let me roll something here. What does Cedric find out on his foraging? Cedric, you find a deceased deer amongst the trees. There are a few parts removed, some chunks. There are a couple of insects that have begun to gather on it, but it doesn't look like it's been there particularly long.
Okay. Looks like it's fit to eat.
A little careful preparation and a once-over for any other bugs. Yeah, you could probably clean and eat this
Alright.
pretty easily.
It's no more dead than I am. Maybe a little.
Oh, you would say it's quite a bit more. You're
Yeah.
up and about.
That's true.
Like it or not, you're on your feet.
Yep. I'll start
Zeshi
dragging
and
it back.
Emma.
Yep.
The two of you, and I'm going to say, despite having previously been on her shoulders, Davi has hopped off and is bothering Cedric. Because he didn't want Cedric he didn't want Cedric to hunt alone.
Yeah, mind you, Cedric keeps on taking the less obvious paths and trying to shake him, but he's
You
just
do, and every time you're like, okay, I think he doubled back, you turn around and he's standing there with this goofy smile on his face.
exactly.
And he's like, oh, Cedric, you thought you lost me, but no.
No, I feel like he thinks it's a
Giants
game.
are good at finding.
I like the idea that he doesn't even realize I'm trying to lose him.
No, it's a game. Cedric, you're trying to keep him sharp. You're
course.
being a good mom.
Of course.
Hide and seek. Cedric is hiding and Davi is seeking.
Yeah, it's all just a game, trying
Yeah.
to keep him sharp. Cedric's looking out for
He thinks we're playing hide and seek. God damn it.
Probably.
Yep.
So Zeshi and Edma, you two do not come across a dead animal. You come across a couple live ones. A few wolves who don't seem to notice your approach, picking and tearing at some corpse on the ground. You don't really get a good look at it. There's 3 wolves all trying to get at it.
Does wolf make for good food?
Probably gamey.
It's a little gamey, a little chewy. Roasted muscle. Depends on the wolf you get.
So you're right next to me, right?
Yes.
Should we go for the bigger one? Is there a bigger one?
There's one that looks like it's got some more meat on its bones than the others.
I mean, if we're going after one, we're gonna have to go after all.
I mean, that's true. Are you gonna use any magic, or are we just going in all natural? I'm down for either approach right now.
For a couple of wolves, so she's just gonna shrug off her dress. We can just do this all natural.
Let's go, and I'm just gonna 2 swords.
2 daggers.
I guess we gonna fuck up some wolves.
Y'all gonna charge in?
Yeah, just go.
Alright. Okay. Roll me some initiative, and you two are going to get a surprise round off this.
I got a 7.
It's 7.
There are 3 wolves inside you.
I
What's
also
gay?
got a
What's gay?
7, but that's +2 and a 9.
Okay, you're gay.
Plus
I'm
2,
okay.
9. Alright, so one of the wolves is going to go first, but it cannot take any actions this turn, as you have caught it surprised, and it is now surprised for this round, so it cannot take any actions right now. Which means, Edma, you get first strike.
I do indeed, huh? Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. I will use one charge of my fighting spirit for my bonus action and give myself advantage. Oh, but that's... who cares? No, I don't need advantage. I'll be fine. I'll make the regular attack roll. 18?
Absolutely hits.
Stop lying.
They're weak.
Yeah, these are wolves.
These are your standard out in the wilderness wolves. They are not prepared for harsh 5th level combat. How much?
9 damage.
9 damage. You put a large gash in this first wolf, as all 3 of them kind of jump and yelp in surprise.
And then I'll swing with my second weapon. And that's a 24.
Yeah, I think that's gonna hit.
I
Maybe.
think so.
It might just hit.
And that's 6 damage.
6 damage. You manage to skewer this thing through the side of its neck and bring it down before it has a proper chance to react. The other 2 in shock, they growl, but they begin to back away. However, Zeshi is higher in initiative than both of them.
Wow. They rolled horrible, didn't they?
They rolled awful.
Well,
Alright.
we have one. If you want to take more, it's your choice.
I believe I can. Do I have? I have to remember. It's been a while since I've done this with Zeshi.
It's been a while since you've done anything with Zeshi. We have been on hiatus for quite a bit doing the other campaigns.
Yeah. Okay, I don't, but I think I don't have. I was just making sure I didn't have like. Oh yeah, that's not a thing that she could get anyway. But yeah, she dual wields the daggers, so I was just making sure on that.
You guys are
I think they're light
buddies.
weapons. Yeah, we
Yeah.
are. It's funny.
So yeah.
Oh,
alright.
really?
Dagger roll.
Us. Yeah, go for it.
19. It's a 19 to hit for the first one for 5 damage. And then for dual wielding, since I don't have like the two-handed feet or whatever. How does that work again? I forget.
So mechanically, you two are actually operating on similar things. So you are still just your offhand gets the bonus to the attack bonus for the actual attack roll. You just don't get damage bonus. You just roll straight damage on your offhand. Edma's feat just lets her use bigger weapons and lets her sheathe and unsheathe 2 swords as quickly as she could 1.
Okay. Second one's gonna be an 11.
11 is just going to miss.
Okay. So that's 5 damage.
Alright, so that's 5 damage. So you get a good scrape on that first one. The other 2 did get surprised, so they are also unable to properly take their actions. So, Edma, it's your call. Continue, or are you happy with 1?
Oh, well, Zeshi's kept going, so we're gonna keep going.
Go for it.
Will you be offended if I help you with that?
Me,
Zeshi. I'm just gonna jab one sword down at it.
Or
16.
that hits.
That's 10 total.
Good math. You manage to bring it down and just basically pin this thing to the ground as it writhes for only a few seconds before going limp.
I'll just the other wolf's still nearby.
Yeah.
I'll bring my second blade over and just aiming for the tail.
Okay, go for it.
That 20?
Jesus,
Absolutely hits. Give me double those dice.
did you steal RJ's luck?
I don't know, maybe.
Maybe RJ was stealing all of our luck.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the
So wait,
superstition would state that he was absorbing all of our luck.
Yes.
Double dice?
Yeah, double the dice.
Okay.
Isn't that a ladybug thing?
Oh, yeah, that bullet train.
What?
It's 9.
I don't want to hold the 7 sorrows.
I don't want to hold this in sorrow.
If you haven't seen Bullet Train yet, Phoebe,
Fix that.
It comes highly recommended.
Oh my god, it's
The
so
closest thing
good.
I ever saw to that kind of title was Snowpiercer.
That's
It's not
nice.
funny.
Snowpiercer was a good movie. Snowpiercer, not funny, but a good movie.
Oh, fantastic movie.
What was the damage, Alice?
9.
9. Okay, so you basically, in one swift motion, kind of not even meaning to, you basically cut off a third of this thing's tail. Zesh, you had a higher initiative, so it's up to you whether to pursue it. It does not want to be here. It could not be more obvious.
She's bored. She's attacking.
Go for it. Yeah, I mean, look, sometimes you're trying to be this adventurous sorceress, you're the baddest witch in the West, but all your friends want to talk to this guy about politics and a warlord.
Sometimes you just wake up and choose violence.
You need an outlet. Like, we came out here to hunt.
It's the dragon in her.
Yeah.
Really.
There's a
Go ahead and
dragon
make
in
your
it.
attacks.
Well, that's a no.
Yikes.
Try that again. 14.
14 does hit.
So this one is a flat roll.
Yeah, flat roll, no modifier.
Alright, so ignore the 6, 3.
3 points of damage. You get a good chunk in on this thing's hindquarters as it tries to scamper off. It will spend its entire turn running. Just not running well. Its back leg is now injured because of Zeshi's
Explain to
stab.
them.
So at that point, I will ask you to. You can let it go, or you can pursue. That's up to you.
We'll let it go, Zeshi. It's okay. I'll just
How far
pat
away
the
is
shit
it?
on the back.
It made it about 30 feet.
Does she, how damage is this?
It's not running well. It's
It's gonna die. It's got like
one
4
clean
HP.
hit would probably drop it.
Frostbite.
Absolutely. Remind me, is that a save one or is that an attack roll?
That's a save. Con 15.
On 15. How about a save of 6?
That is a no.
It's 6.
It takes 6 damage though.
It does take 6 damage. So ice crystals kind of start to form on it, and the rest of the party can hear the kind of yelping as it barks its last remaining breaths and collapses in the woods.
Oh,
What are we doing?
well, Edmund just has like 2 dogs, beard on her sword. Well,
Why are you killing wolves?
it was there.
You're
was a
killing
good
them just
hunt.
because they were there?
I'm gonna take care of it. I have to skin them and take the pelts, and then we'll have the meat, and we can cook the meat if we
Or were
want.
there any puppies?
Can I walk in with the fucking deer at this point?
She's
There
walking
weren't any. Do you think we would kill puppies?
Oh, but you just killed their parents and they rely on the...
What time of year is it? What time of year is it?
I was about to ask that, yeah.
Mid-spring.
There could totally be puppies.
There's no puppies.
How do you know that?
There's just, you could say that about any animal.
Are wolves like birds? Or do they have puppies in just a specific season only?
No, but listen, it doesn't matter. That's just a part of life. Things hunt other things and then they die.
You just hunted a whole pack of wolves and they were just existing.
And I'm just gonna point at the dead carcass that is there. What kind of carcass is it?
Oh, the carcass they were chewing on? It was an elf carcass.
And what about this elk's babies, huh? What about its children?
No,
They just
elf.
blasted that.
Elf.
Elf.
Oh,
It's a person.
This is a person. They killed a person. This guy could have had actual kids who are learning in school right now, and now their dad or mom is dead.
Oh well, I could just. I don't know if I want to do that now.
Oh yeah, come on, don't you need the body?
Edma, as you're kind of yelling about this and motioning towards him, the more eyes that fall on this corpse, it is still somewhat identifiable. You start to realize, yeah, this guy and just wait. Oh no, we've seen this guy before.
Oh, who is
This is another one of the children of the storm that you strong-armed the levitation potions out of. Edma, this is now the second one you found. The first one being in the camp. His corpse being examined.
Does he have the similar small little bite marks like the one in the camp?
A chunk missing from his. You mean a chunk missing from his neck? He does. And it's only notable because clearly that chunk out of his neck is from a smaller mouth than the wolves who were just trying to take him apart.
Hey, maybe we shouldn't stay in these woods anymore.
Yeah, but wait, come here.
Does
What?
that have like a...
Look at these tiny little bite marks, right? They have to be a bug of some kind.
No, you wouldn't say a bug. When I say small, I mean small for animals.
There's like a
smaller
chunk.
than a wolf.
There's like a chunk taken out of the neck,
Like-
not just a bite mark, right?
Edma, you think you could make these marks in theory?
Can
Like,
I?
Oh,
Can I
it's a
see if
similar
I
size.
recognize this from any of my books or anything?
Make
You
me
know,
a
on-
medicine check.
Medicine.
Hell yeah.
I'll allow history if you'd prefer, but
Motherfuck, that was 2 seconds away from being a 20. Axe!
I'm sorry, I took your luck. My bad.
That's okay.
I took all the luck for this session.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. That's a 9.
You're
a 9.
Unless I get advantage.
I am
someone.
pointing this out and helping her.
That makes sense to me. Roll.
Ooh.
Please be better. Please be better. Please be better. Fuck you. That's a 13.
Oof.
A 13. Better. You actually. I'm gonna say that I think, given some stuff that Clem has done, a 13's actually gonna turn out to be pretty good in this case.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sick.
there is a very specific thing Clem did that is making me say this.
Oh.
Clem, you are taking a look, and obviously the rest of the party's kind of looking around. They're taking a look at it, musing. Oh, well, that's pretty small for an animal. So unless this was like a rabid dog, and the teeth marks don't line up with a dog, and they're like the size of it's like the size of a person's mouth, but like no person's teeth should be able to make. And Clem, you sort of have to pause mid-thought, and you're like, wait. You do know of one set of teeth that could do this kind of damage. You took a very close look at them. Because when you first met him, you asked Nivix to open his mouth. And you remember all of his teeth had been severely filed into very sharp points.
Mimics?
The guy who fucking hates soldiers, who was glaring at me?
Yes,
guy?
when you first met him, you all recalled that the most notable thing about him that caught everyone's eye... Oh, sorry, most notable makes assumptions, but a very notable thing about him was that his teeth were extremely sharp and blood red. They had been artificially dyed red, which is something Clem was taking a look at, was the color, but obviously you get that close, you notice how well they've been filed. You couldn't say for absolute certain. It's not impossible something else made these bites, but at the same time...
It matches up too well.
It makes a lot of sense. At least
Plus,
in
this
the...
is like right outside of that town.
This is right outside the city, and Stavro did not seem to hold a high opinion of this group. And obviously Nivix doesn't speak, so God only knows what goes through his head.
We didn't hold a high... Specifically didn't hold a high opinion of Cedric, so...
Are you sharing this information?
We need detect thoughts. Seshi, do you have detect thoughts?
I do
Why
not.
do you need detect thoughts?
Can you... If Nivix can't talk, or at least we haven't talked to them, we can detect their thoughts. We don't need it right now, I'm just
Thinking for the future.
bullshitting.
Clem, are you sharing this information?
Yeah, in bits, and kind of like also moving away from the body and away from the woods.
Yeah, if you say this could have been Nivix, like Cedric's gonna like self-consciously sort of like put a hand on his throat protectively.
Yeah, we should be careful.
That man didn't seem to like me. I'd rather not end up like that.
I
Yeah,
don't think
that's
any of
not-
us would like to end up like that. That was a
Yeah.
mistake. Ow. Oh my god.
Also, I know we've gotten on this Nivix tangent. Didn't we have some mushrooms to talk to? If you wanted to do that, up to you.
Second, I'm currently going through excruciating pain.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We don't know about the mushrooms at the
That's
moment.
true. I'm just out of character
I
bringing it
just-
up.
You
When
can tell
I
Kroon
fight.
wants it to happen.
Yeah, I'm just
Well,
circling
I don't need
back.
it to happen right now.
Okay.
I definitely would have collected some of them though, like in
Okay.
its own little wrap.
I accept this.
Perfectly doable.
Just, it's always useful to have a poison option. Oh my god!
What'd you do?
I folded my leg for too long,
Oh.
and
Oh, no.
and my legs were already preemptively in a lot of like discomfort and pain.
Ow.
So unfolding it,
Youch.
I hear you.
it's not great. I'm good. I'm good. I'm alright. Mostly.
All right.
Yeah. Let's get the fuck out of here. But keep an eye on our backs.
I'm gonna grab the wolves so that I can skin them and take their pelts and meat.
Yeah, it's no trouble. You can collect two. Zeshi can grab the third if she wants.
No, where puppy is.
I'm taking the tail.
I'm
and
still
just gonna
mad
pick
about
it up
that.
off the ground.
Okay, you
What
grab
are
the
you
piece of
mad about? It's the circle of life. You are a necromancer.
Whoa! Whoa!
Oh no.
Hold the books. Back it
I
up.
want you to lecture me for hunting. This is a part of my culture.
Who said I was bringing anyone back to life?
I mean, you're still using dead bodies in a magical fashion. Is that not at least a form of necromancy?
See? No, necromancy's puppeting the bodies with some facsimile of the previous
Didn't you
spirit.
say you could make the bodies walk themselves back?
Oh my gods.
Are you not manipulating the dead? I'm sorry, but that I'm pretty sure that counts as necromancy. If you wanted me to not call it that, I won't call it that. But that doesn't change what it is.
Yes, it does. Just wait until you see how I do it for you to make the judgment call.
Look, I'm not saying necromancy is a bad thing. I didn't mean to offend you, but...
Oh, you said it in a pretty offensive manner. You called me a necromancer like it was a slur.
What? I'm allowed to hunt. I'm allowed to hunt.
You are allowed to hunt. Just moderation. Everything in moderation. You killed like the whole pack.
Well,
There's probably more out there.
Tyler's
That could have been their whole
Tyler's
pack.
just-
You don't know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
there are plenty of wolves. It's not like there's a population problem. There's a population problem. Obviously, we don't want to hunt something out of existence, then
What
you
do
can't
you
hunt it.
Do you know if there's a population problem in this
Are you
area? 'Cause I
back,
don't.
or are you done, or are you going
You
back?
got me.
I'm done.
Just
I'll just
Moderation
kill
next time.
Seppuku right here. I'm so
okay.
sorry.
No, you don't have to kill yourself. Just asking you to be a little more self-aware and hunt in moderation. One with nature, you know.
3 pelts isn't that bad. 2 pelts for me. Is actually... You're good for yours?
Little does Edmund know she completely disrupted the local ecosystem by doing that.
Yeah, I mean, I just completely decimated the whole system.
That was above table.
Oh,
The
my
butterfly
bad. Well,
X6 wool mistress. All of this arguing while Cedric's just got this deer, and he's like, "Can we still leave this?"
So I'm just kind of like there, like,
No.
are we?
No, you toss it. That thing looks more corpse than you do.
Cedric just kind of looks down at it, depressed, and just like drops.
Nobody's back.
Oh, hey, RJ.
The return of the king.
You gotta mute. You gotta mute.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, that got really echoey.
Yep.
Okay, RJ, let me catch you up here. The group successfully nabbed one of the soldiers for interrogation. Davi was making Stickbird and Stickbird a kiss the whole time.
Great.
He was a little too busy for that. He made a couple of comments. He sounded a little ill to Cedric. You know, his voice dropped a little. You know how it is.
Davi, why is your voice so deep? It sounds like someone else.
Because Cedric.
God, Cedric, what do you know?
After quite a bit of questioning, getting some information on Domu's operations and a little bit of insight into his thought process, not a lot, they decided to let the soldier go. Gave him a small amount of money to go start a new life, as at this point reporting back would almost certainly mean his death. So defection was his only real chance of survival. Zeshi and Edma hunted a few wolves for food, and Cedric, not really aided by Davi, more being followed by Davi.
Trying to
found
hunt
a
while
dead
being
deer.
bothered. I found it.
Being pestered by Davi. Found a dead deer. Clem found some deadly-looking mushrooms.
God, Cedric, you hunt wolves with arrows, you wrestle them.
And the wolves were found to be chewing on another Children of the Storm member who you had previously seen escape, much like the one you and Edma found in the camp, with a similar injury. With some close inspection, and due to a previous action, Clem has a severe suspicion that Nivix might have been behind these throat attacks of sorts. His generally differently shaped teeth and size would certainly fit the bill. No reason is currently known, but there's hypotheses. And that leads us to right now.
Right. So let's just finish getting these wolves cooked up. And we'll get going. And you're not gonna take either of these bodies? There's another body in the camp, Clem. The same way as that one. Is Phoebe still here?
Sorry, I tuned out for a sec. What's up?
I was
Edmund's asking if you
letting
want
you know that
bodies.
there was a second body in the camp. One
Oh,
of
yeah,
these guys.
I
So you
figured-
could get 2 of those bodies right now.
Fine. Might as well have the extra protection in the meantime. I think I can only do it on one of them right now, can I?
We can carry the other one until you can.
Sure. Use to control over 2 additionals. Okay, so if I do it... Yeah, I can only do 1 at the moment. And then at 4th level, I can do 2 additional? Or can I do 2 now? And then 2 more later.
Tyler, are you wearing a Garagura t-shirt?
Oh, I can do 4.
You fucking
And then it's
simp.
2 more later. It's right above at higher levels. This use of the spell restores you control over up to 4 creatures you have animated with this spell, rather than animating a new one.
Right, for the
So-
for the re-upping. So
Yeah, so I can re-up. That was really
so
loud.
you would need
It shouldn't have been. I
2
opened
casts.
YouTube and it just opened me right in the shorts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you would
that.
need 2 casts to animate
Sorry.
them both, but after that, a single re-up will take care of both of them.
Sorry, a single cast to do both. Yeah.
No,
yeah.
a single cast will only raise a single creature.
Yeah. So a single cast for one, a single cast for another, and then a single cast just to re-up the 2 of them.
Yeah, a re-up will. Yeah, at that point, a single re-up does both. Yep, we're on the same
Okay.
page.
Okay. Yeah, sure, I'll get this one now. Fuck.
Okay.
Is this third level? This is 3rd level, yeah.
So you
Damn.
all watch as Clem, with her chant and her motions, the magic flows towards the body, but instead of entering the corpse, it instead begins to supercharge the growth around it, causing these vines and flowers to wind around the body like a rough marionette skeleton. And the body, with no movement of his own, is sort of dragged to its feet and begins to march, though clearly it is this new growth around it that is in control as it starts marching away.
In my own description, a little bit. Just a little bit, because you got the majority of it.
Oh, sorry, you sounded busy. Please.
No, you're good. Oss playing health members again, I think. Specifically, it's this clematis vine that seems to wrap around them. But it's, hardier and thicker, and it kind of fills in the gaps in the body, like where there's big chunks taken out. You can see them kind of forming this missing musculature. And that's what pilots them. And sometimes there's like purplish flowers that sprout out from the skin. But the corpse does not seem any more alive than it did before. Other than the fact that it's on its feet, of course.
That's certainly one way of doing that.
I told you it wasn't
Certainly.
necromancy.
I would still call that necromancy.
You want to fight? You want to fight? We'll fight. We can fight.
I don't
God.
think you want to fight.
I want to fight.
She used the power of the grass to
You're
Bring
using your
him
grass
back.
to manipulate the dead.
It's not grass, it's a
It's
flower.
Vine and flower.
I'm
I
offended that you would call it grass.
I will never doubt the powers of grass that you control, Clem. You
That
are
is not
you are a
grass.
grass man, sir.
I'd still call it what it is. I'm sorry.
What do the others think? Do you think it's necromancy?
No. Clem, as a fellow magic caster, I would say that's not necromancy, no.
Thank you.
I would say you control the powers of grassmancy
I'm
very well.
not listening to you, Davi.
Why? Davi has best opinion.
You calling it grassomancy is arguably more offensive.
What? What is offensive about being able to control the grass? There are many of them. When they form together, maybe one blade not strong. Thousands, millions, billions strong.
Mr. DM, I would like to use speak with plants to create difficult terrain under Davi's feet.
That is a legal action. I will allow this.
Oh my god, Clem! You're using your grassmancy powers on me!
I'm walking away.
Clem!
I'm walking away. I'm done. That's it.
Well,
I'm just doing the one corpse for now. The other one can whatever.
Are you sending it straight back, or are you having it follow you for now?
I'm gonna have it follow me for now, because re-upping isn't difficult.
Okay.
Plus the additional protection would be nice, considering we may be a hunted folk at the moment.
Right. So you make your way back on the road. Are you all pausing to deal with the skinning and cooking of the wolves and deer now, or?
Well, I figured it was part of killing time waiting for the guys in the camp to get a good bit away. That's why we were hunting.
That's fair.
So,
Yeah. You can spend an hour or two just getting the pelts off, so whoever wants to be holding the pelts, there is 3 of them. Divide them as you see fit.
I mean, I'm assuming I have one.
I have 2.
Yeah,
It makes the most sense.
That does make sense. And you can...
But I have the 3 tails. I have a third. I have the tail. I cut the tail off.
You could be a double furry.
So you
Sorry,
proceed...
I could be a triple furry. I could be a quadruple furry. I'll have 4 tails. Because I already have a tail.
No, that's just Naruto at that point.
I mean, there already is a furry.
That's why I said double furry.
I was thinking of the 2. I think like the 2 wolves.
No. No, I'm stupid. It's
Okay,
okay.
so Edma, you can add 3 wolf tails to your inventory.
Other position.
And the pelts, of course. You and Zeshi can add those. It does not take too long to carve up a few good chunks of meat off of the wolves that you can make use of.
I don't know if we have all the time for cooking, so maybe I can just try and dry them out and, make jerky.
Jerky.
Some wolf jerky.
You
Let
could get
that cook over a few days.
You think you can get a good head start on drying them in the time you're waiting out?
No, Edma, if you're going to make the wolf jerky, you need to use salt.
Do you
No.
have salt with you?
He said soap.
Oh, soap. No.
No, I said salt.
Oh, I thought you said soap. I was like, no.
I don't know.
Do you have salt on you?
DM, do I have salt?
I'm gonna say Davi probably doesn't. He's been keen on collecting sweets, but has yet to seek out any amount of salt.
Fair enough. No, I have no salt for you, Edma. I have soap though. And I don't know if meat soup would be any good, but we are welcome to try. It'll probably turn out bad, like most of your
Keep it
endeavors.
away from my meat. Thank you.
You're gonna use it to wash your rice, though, right?
I'll walk over to Zeshi. Edna seems very protective of her meat. You know, it's kind of weird. You know, why is Edna protective? Like, I like my sweets, but I like to share. It's not seem like she wants to share her weird wolf jerky.
I don't know. Maybe she just likes her meat. Some people can get very protective of what they with their food.
I see. And what are you protective of, Zeshi? Hmm?
My morning coffee, for one. Difference between me and my morning coffee.
Oh, keep your disgusting wiki juice to yourself. Makes you come down like a fire giant after a magma bath. Fuck!
More for me?
You keep your poisons to yourself.
Okay, Davi, you can have tea with me next time.
Tea. You mean the mild, earthy kind of mud drink. Yeah, it's okay. It's alright.
You liked it after I put sugar in it.
Yeah, that was the best part. But it was not the tea that was good. It was the sugar.
The sugar just kind of enhances the flavor for those of us that don't like the bitter taste.
If I put sugar on you, does it enhance the flavor?
You're not allowed to try.
He's just to sit there, just like his beak's just like slowly inching.
That's gonna have to stay a mystery, buddy.
So many things, so many questions, so many answers that I need.
Order?
Many
Davi
answers
wants
you won't get.
I don't need sweets, I need answers, Clark.
No.
I don't think I'll be facilitating another instance of RJ's character needs to taste
Phoebe's character.
I don't think
That is just a weird trend we got going on here, don't we?
That's a hell of a pattern, and I'm not comfortable facilitating a second instance. That can be a Quinn thing.
Every campaign that I'm in with Phoebe.
Let's nip that in the bud.
It's just gonna come up naturally.
I'll cry. I'll do it. I'll ugly cry. For serious.
No, it's okay. Next campaign, just flip the script. See,
Oh.
you gotta eat RJ's character.
Not eat, taste.
Yeah, same too, bro.
No.
Taste.
You gotta eat part of them in order
Basically,
to
it's
taste it. That's
basically
part
the
of
same
eating.
thing.
No, you can just lick someone and not eat them.
Okay. Why don't we skip ahead? You don't have jerky, but you've got a good start on jerky.
Yeah.
You've got the belts taken care of. They're not tanned, but they're dried out. You've got your tails all taken care of, including your own tail, which, yes, is still attached.
Double furry.
And Cedric, the whole time you're there, you just feel like, man, do we have to be like so close to where that body was found? Because like, really, if it was that guy, I was the one he was looking at, and like
No.
you said, you're just kind of like putting a hand to your neck, like
What's
Yeah, I'm kind of jumping at shadows. Like I'm watching the surrounding foliage very carefully.
What, Cedric? Are you afraid that somebody's going to try and eat your giblets?
You are very thankful it is daytime.
Strangely, you're not far off, Davi.
Oh, you have giblets?
What even is a giblet?
Pretty sure most everybody has.
Well,
giblets.
it is the neck meat of a cow. It's the giblets.
I thought it
What
was
do you
also the organ meat of really any animal.
Why cow specific? Davi, what is a cow? What do you think a cow
the
is?
The cows, they have the feathers and they can fly You know, sometimes they don't fly and they like cluck on stuff, but you know, the cows.
Right, Cedric, that's chickens.
It's chicken.
Why do you keep doing that?
Right, the giblets. The cow giblets, that's right.
Yeah, you don't want them to get your savory giblets. You know, make some nice cedric gravy.
You got it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Nailed in one.
Ha! See, I knew. I used my giant's intuition to read this situation.
I just keep walking.
Cedric, where are you going? Cedric, why?
This conversation is
Moving
over.
down the road, you are, you pass through what's left of the camp at this point. The boxes, the crates, the tents, all vanished. There is the ashy remains of a campfire, and the other corpse is nowhere to be found. God only knows, dumped in a ditch, dragged off by other animals.
Right.
And you're able to continue on with no sign of their remaining soldiers anywhere in sight. So either they never noticed or didn't care to double back to look for their missing comrade.
Right.
Let's blow this popsicle stand.
There's no
Yeah.
popsicles here,
Getting
Clam.
on the road again.
On the road,
It's
on the
a-
road.
Again.
It's a turn of phrase, Davi. It's another turn of phrase.
Out on the road again.
Why are you turning these phrases, Clem? Is this like that figure of speech that has power over Cedric?
Figure of speech and a turn of phrase is exactly the same thing.
Oh my god, they were the same person all along? Who
Person,
knew?
Davi. It's a grammar
The
thing.
figure of speech has different identities. Sometimes he is the turn of the phrase. Cedric, how deep are you in with this man?
I don't even remember.
Oh my god.
I miss Valile.
So say we
That
all.
would be wonderful.
Longing for the child at home as opposed to the child that you have.
Yup.
Wait a minute, are you trying to tell me that you have favorites, Clam, and it's not me?
I'm not your mom, so yes.
Whoa.
Yeah, I have favorites.
What dear Clam, like, as we have clarified, Cedric is the mom, Edma is the danger mom, Zeshi is the cool mom, and I think you're just like the mommest mom.
I thought I was dad.
So it could be you know you can be dad mom. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I have a favorite, and it's Valile.
Oh no!
Listen, you want to be the favorite, you gotta start behaving better than she does.
It's just dial-up noises.
That slight flashback to the time she threw a wasp's nest at him.
Better. I said better.
No, I just mean he has a flashback.
Bar there.
Oh, yeah.
So
Well, to be fair, she acted out a little bit, because who are all these new people?
you'd like
I mean,
me?
to be fair, Zeshi, you and her had a rousing game of tic-tac-bug.
You'd like me better if I filled your shoes with wasps?
I said better than her. Behave better.
But that was what she did. She put the wasps in
Yeah,
the
I'm not saying you do the same things as her. I'm saying you behave. If you behave better than she does, maybe you'll be my favorite.
Well, I don't do that, so I'm already better than.
No, there's other things you do that, drive me nuts.
Wait a minute, hold the phone. Hold the phone. What nuts are you talking about?
I'm just gonna keep walking. I'm ignoring him at this point.
What are these
Sorry,
nuts?
I was thinking over the ramifications of you are basically now the mom, and now the children will be vying to be the favorite.
That's up to Davi if he wants to be the favorite.
Clem.
He doesn't have to be.
Clem, you can't bring these metaphorical nuts and walk away and not clarify.
Don't you like Cedric more? Go talk to him.
What?
Don't do that to me.
What? Oh, it's
I mean, you're his favorite,
so
so...
what you're telling me is that in order to win the hearts and beat the favorite, I need to take hold of your metaphorical nuts.
No.
Cedric! Cedric, give me your nuts!
Cedric is now running.
Give me your nuts, Cedric!
I said you drive me nuts, like you drive me crazy. It's another turn of phrase, Davi.
The turn of phrase has Cedric's nuts!
Oh my god.
And the Benny Hills theme quickly ensues as the three of you remaining are walking alongside Clem's, zombie's not a fair term, her plant construct.
That is using a dead body.
I'm not having this argument with you
Oh
again.
God.
If you would like to delineate with God, I refer you to the God hotline, which is 1-800 not during the session.
I'm calling it right now.
As you all are witness to Cedric and Davi basically playing Cedric's least favorite game of tag in his entire second life.
Yeah.
And within a handful of hours, you take your turn down the road using the maps you have as guidelines and come to a town. The fortifications can be seen from a good, 100 feet away. They're a mixture of stone and wood. They have scorch marks on them. Some parts are missing and clearly being repaired. And a pair of guards in shabby-looking leather armor are chatting outside of the main gate as you all approach. One briefly pointing a spear at you before just turning it back up and going, Alt. Who are you lot?
We are the people that were traveling on this road. Who are you?
Well,
He's gonna look at you tiredly before just looking to the rest of the group.
Hey, don't treat me like my opinions are not valid.
we're passing through looking for a place to stay.
And what business have you in La Fair?
Like
You know, merchant stuff.
I have a sword delivery for someone.
I am here to wrestle a big bear that wears a crown.
No one's had a sword delivered here, and well, no one gets swords delivered here, but merchants, yes. Merchants are perfectly acceptable. And the other guard leans over and not extremely quietly goes, are you sure? If they're, they could be in a lot of trouble. And the first guard looks at him, looks at all of you.
Do you need proof that I'm a merchant?
No. If you lot are merchants, that's just fine. And the guard goes, You're not adventurers, are you? And he gets kind of pulled back by the collar.
Well, just because you see a group of motley and oddly delineated characters arrive at your doorstep, you assume they're adventurers. What kind of business are you running here?
Yeah,
All right. Before we get offended, listen.
Can't
I am a merchant, and these are my assistants. If you need any paperwork to prove that, just to keep your, heads on your necks, I can produce it whenever you need
Can
me.
you not see by Davi's tall, lavished, and burly physique that he is professional bear wrestler?
Davi?
And he's a child.
Davi? Stop helping.
But why? Just like a little tear goes down his eye. Why?
And the one guy, like, while Clem is trying to explain to the second guard, the other guy's looking at Cedric like, Are you kidding me? Have you ever seen an adventuring party that's all the same? Of course you look like adventure. And the second guard, still as Clem has explained it, just pulls him back and is like, easy, easy. They said merchants. They said merchants. Breathe. Breathe. Take a walk if you need it. My apologies for my friend. He's a little on edge. Merchants are more than welcome in the fair. Please.
He
says
on
obviously try not to cause trouble, but we say that to everyone, including apparently now the guards, because it's not your problem. And he'll knock on one of the gate doors, and it will slowly be pulled open. Enjoy your time, and don't mind the armor.
He'll say he'll say on edge, and I'm just gonna start like looking at the ground where this guard's feet is. What do you mean? He's on the ground. There is no edge.
Oh God,
What? It's a turn of phrase.
Where? Where is he?
Dobby, relax. Sorry, if I may ask, why are adventurers so...
And one guard will literally put a finger to your lips like, shit, say it.
Why are they such a touchy subject right now?
Oh my God. Look, the Baron
I
has
don't know what happened, I just got here.
Yes, and I am telling you, don't say the word. There is no single word the Baron hates more, if any of it.
The Baron?
Yes, the Baron. No, he's not a bear. I can tell by the look in your eyes.
Wait, do you mean he's not a bear? How do you know he's not a bear? Hmm?
And he kind of looks at you and he's like, well, I guess no one's ever seen him.
That sounds like a
He gets smacked on the head by his compatriot. Look, don't let his panic get to you. The Baron has unfortunately banned adventurers for a multitude of reasons that has split the town quite harshly. He seems to think they bring nothing but trouble and only ever show up when their own interests are at stake.
Okay,
We
so
don't
the
all
personal
agree,
thing.
but it's how it is.
She is very offended.
And if someone were to propose, a way of dealing with the adventurers that caused him this ire?
Well, no one, that's just the thing. No one 100% knows if it's caused by something. No one gets an audience with the Baron. He sends everything through not the mayor, but the mayor's assistant, who I guess is now technically the mayor. She's the only one willing to cooperate with him at all at the moment.
So, if I wrestle the mayor, I get to wrestle the Baron.
no.
No.
What are you talking about? You work your way up through...
Dobby,
Well,
we're gonna get
Dobby,
the adventurers stuff.
Remember, we are merchants. We are here to sell things.
You guys are merchants, and I am with you to help with the selling, but I have a side hustle where I wrestle bears. It's big entertainment.
Okay, well, let's avoid wrestling anyone without their consent first.
Or confirming their bearhood.
Okay,
That too.
Confirming their bearhood. I need to hold on to that.
Consent their bearhood. Got it.
Just ask before you go and wrestle anyone.
I'm just gonna look at the guard. Do you consent to being wrestled or being a bear?
I consent to neither of those things. Now, kindly take a step back, sir.
Do you consent to being a bear?
Just true polymorphs and immediately wrestles him.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Oh
Do
no.
you consent to being a bear? It says she turns him into a bear. You fucking liar!
I yearn for the day you ask that and you're talking to a druid who's like,
Bet.
surprise, cockfag!
Oh my god. He meets a druid, the druid turns into a bear. There you are, Mr. Turn of Phrase.
Oh no.
What am I, chopped liver?
Do you have bears yet in your wild shapes?
What? I don't know.
I only meant druid as in a druid who would willingly turn into a bear to fight Dobby.
Oh, yeah.
I assume that is not within Clem's desires.
I might do it just to lay on top of him.
Anyway, the guards will... The one guard Clem was talking to will turn back to her. Look, I don't... Right now, it's just best not to argue with him. Even the guards are too afraid to... Well, not really afraid. It's kind of hard to do anything with his freaky soldiers patrolling the whole town.
Are they
Just go in, do what you need to do, and be on your way. Don't cause any trouble. Talk to who you'd like. And for the love of God, remember your merchants.
Okay, freaky soldiers, bears.
No, Davi,
Oh, if only.
you can't just ask people if they're bears.
What do you mean? What if they're a bear that's in hiding? What if they're like?
Well, they're not going to tell you.
What if they're in the closet about being a bear? Are you in the
The
closet?
guard's just gonna, like, motion to the open gate. You have passage. Please don't wrestle anyone unless you absolutely must to defend yourself.
Okay.
We'll keep an eye on him, don't you worry.
Are you in the closet, Cedric, about being
Actually,
a bear?
ma'am, might I see your merchant's license? The more I can put on a logbook to show superiors, the better.
Yeah, sure. I'll produce my little card that says everything on it.
And he'll take note of your business, your name, and he's gonna kind of look up, glance over, and go, "Now, if you don't mind me asking, the 5 of you are fine. What is that?" And he points to the corpse.
Oh,
My business.
Oh,
I guess that technically doesn't need to go into town. How far into today is it?
Oh, you guys have hit about 1:45.
I'm just gonna send it on a full sprint back.
Okay. You do that, and he just...
What is that? Oh, don't mind that. It just Usain bolts off into the
I'm
fucking
activating fast
forest.
travel.
It just very slowly shuffles 180, straightens up, and just starts like an Olympic sprinter, just barreling down the road.
And I'm not even gonna turn to look at it. I'm going to like pull the card like while he's holding it and like point at a certain part. He's like, see, if you look right here, it kind of details what my business is, and it should explain everything.
Yes, no, I read the necrobotany part. I just wasn't expecting to see that.
Oh, that's
I
not.
mean, it was necrobotany, so.
No, absolutely it was.
Yeah, excuse me.
As you surmised, such a thing would definitely scare the townsfolk.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's why I sent it away.
Mr. Guard, the official
Much
term you're
appreciated.
looking for is grassmancy.
What?
Ignore him.
Can do. Anyway, he'll hand you your papers back. Well, enjoy your stay.
Thanks. Anything else we should know about this interesting town?
I am sorry to report we're not able to sell much at the moment. We've lost our blacksmiths. The magic shop was destroyed in a recent incident, and its purveyor has not taken some things well, so she's not offering services at the moment. You could talk to her in the tavern if you want, but I'm not sure how far you'll get.
I want to go talk to this magic lady.
Important to have you need armor. We don't have any to sell.
Perhaps she knows.
There are some rudimentary weapons we've managed to keep around, but much of the town is currently under construction, as you'll see, or
How do you
I
guys?
suppose reconstruction.
How do you guys defend yourselves without any of the proper people to give you the weapons and the armaments? That sounds pretty bad.
Well, we had blacksmiths. They did not make it, unfortunately.
What do you mean they did not make it? They are very honored in their profession. They make tools to help you defend yourself. Why would you
What happened?
them away?
And you ask what happens, and you can all hear like a metallic rattling and clanking, and the guard kind of, the panicked guard kind of like freezes and goes like stiff straight, like stands straight up, like I wasn't doing anything the whole time. And the other guard just stops and sort of glances over his shoulder. And looking up atop the wall is a suit of plate armor that is just kind of twitching. And it is together as if someone was inside it, but you can see into the helmet. And all that's in it is Some kind of energy. Magic, perhaps?
That makes me mildly uncomfy.
And he looks back and says, right. New merchants to town, please enjoy your stay. I'm sorry I can't answer more questions, but hopefully you will find our limited accommodations satisfactory while you're here.
I appreciate what you have told us, and I'll walk in.
Yeah, as we're going past, I'm gonna give this guy a gold coin. Just kind of slip it into his hand and just kind of give him like a nod. Just, thanks for telling us what you could.
Right. Alright, we are gonna take a 1 minute break or so, just so I can use the restroom. So if anyone needs a refill on your drink, I'd recommend doing it now. And we will be back momentarily.
Alright.
After this commercial break.
After these messages.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Yes.
Yeah, whatever you guys are doing, I just come in and it's just, Return of the King. Dolphy's here now.
Fuck.
Yes.
Wrong color.
Right color.
Wrong color.
Right color.
Incorrect color.
Correct color.
False.
Affirmative.
Go ahead, babe. Scream it. Do you have them? Little Gooner.
Little gooner. Little gooner? What the fuck?
Did you read
Read the messages.
what I typed in chat?
I did.
Yeah, I saw that.
I did not.
Little Gooner.
Little Gooner.
Yo, Austin, you better get ready, cause I'ma come for your little gooner, bro.
He can't hear you. I got headphones on.
Doesn't matter. He knows in spirit. The moons are aligned, our penises are in sync, he knows. You can't keep a Richard down.
He just nodded knowingly.
Oh no.
He's basically just, you gave him the face, he saw your face and just went, yeah, RJ's saying sexual stuff about me.
Oh, no, I told him. I just muted, so it wasn't, loud. But yeah, he went, correct.
Goot. Oh yeah, Tyler, what the heck, the Dragon's Dogma 2 character creator came out and people are already making just horrific monstrosities in that fucking thing.
I'm sure.
They're making
Monstrosities and what?
So Dragon's Dogma 2 is coming out, but as a taste for the game, they released the character creator for people to use, and people are already using it to just make horrific nightmare creatures, or they're remaking memes, like meme faces on it.
You mean like they do with every character creator?
Oh, I know. It doesn't surprise me. It's just the internet gets their hands on it, and it's the equivalent of oh no, I'm drunk and I'll get a DUI, so I'll sober up with cocaine. It's just
No, it's not surprising, but it's funny to be like, and they're at it again.
Yo.
Oh, internet.
There they go.
All reliable. Now I want the
You could tell Alice was coming back because the cat came down the steps.
The cat.
The cat.
The gravy.
Yeah, that's true.
The cat heralded Alice's return.
I love that.
Return of the cat.
All right, let's pick back up here. So, as you pass through the gates, it's a quite short walk along the cobblestone path to the remains of a town square. A central lamppost sits in a large circle of cobblestone, many buildings are present, but in various states of disarray.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at like all of this and just take it in. This place sucks. Can we leave?
We're here to deal with the problem.
Oh.
Gotta keep it on the down low though, because, you know, we could get deadly wrestled out of nowhere.
What do you mean on the down low? I'm already on the down low. How much lower do I need to fucking go, Clem?
I mean, be quiet. I gotta stop saying fucking turns phrase around you.
Where? Where is he, Clem?
I just used one. For you.
For the non-Davi of you, one of the buildings is sanctioned off as most of the front is just gone. It looks like it had been blasted away around the door. There are soot marks, debris is not everywhere. There are people cleaning up various amounts of debris to several damaged buildings.
Looks like a fire giant went on a drunken rampage through this town.
We saw it.
It is decimated.
In front of the only lamppost is a broken statue. It looks like it held multiple figures, as there are multiple pairs of legs, but nothing above the knees remains, and the bottom clearly used to have a plaque on it, but that has also been forcibly removed.
I was just about to ask about a plaque.
Man, these people really like their legs in this town, huh?
I don't think the statue's supposed to be like that, Dobby.
Why?
Like somebody defaced it.
Wait, defaced? Defaced the legs?
Can't even use big words around you.
What do you mean big words, Clem?
They broke it on purpose. Somebody broke this on purpose.
Why didn't you say that?
I did say it. I just said it in a single word.
No, you were talking
That's the
about
word
legs
defaced.
having faces. You were talking cuckoo crazy. Do we need to check you in to the farm?
We need to check you into like an elementary school. I swear to God, Davi.
What do you mean elementary school?
Oh my God.
Is there a school around here?
You look around, you do
I have a
not
question.
see...
Does anybody sell muzzles around here?
You don't know that from a glance. There does not appear to be a building that would function as a school. There is a small chapel. One other thing you do notice in the town is that one suit of armor was not alone. There are several of these bizarrely animated suits in various states of construction. Some don't look finished, some are damaged sets, and none of them walk normally. They all have this weird jitter to their movement. Like they're not fully holding together, or whatever's puppeting them just isn't stable.
I'm gonna go and walk over to like one of these suits of armor, and I'm just gonna say, "Hello, Mr. Guard. Why are you all jittery? Did you have too much wakey juice?"
And the helmet will like move down to you, twitching, and it will simply put a hand on your shoulder and just very lightly push you to the side and continue moving.
Huh. Okay. I'll walk back to the group. I do not like them.
Yeah, I don't think anybody does.
Can you stop?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can I use my, roaming sorcerer card and see if I can understand anything about what's happening with these suits of armor?
Fuck yeah.
Ooh, interesting. Make me an Arcana check.
That is a 12.
Damn.
12. Zeshi, you are familiar with the concept of animated armors. They're not terribly uncommon in the mage world. They're, easy enough to create. You just need a suit of armor and you can kind of create a guard that doesn't need to eat, but something about these, something's either gone wrong or they were made in an unorthodox manner, because normally animated armors are, they sit still until commanded, they carry out the command, and then they wait for another command. And they also move more like normal people. They don't jitter like this. You, as a sorceress yourself, you think it has something to do with whatever magic is animating them. You're not sure if it's a lack of skill on the mage's part, or if there's something... Well, you could never count out the generally unstable state of mana as it is right now. That could be part of it.
I'm gonna tug on Edma's armor. Hey, Edma, you want to go to the tavern to go talk to the magic lady because she may or may not know a thing or two about what's going on here.
Let's go to the tavern, Dobby. Let's go. I'll start shushing him along.
And she may know about how to make the belt.
Yeah, maybe she'll know how to make the magic belt.
Yeah.
Maybe she can help us with some other stuff. Let's go talk to her.
Well, belt comes first, Edma. You know that.
I know. I'll help you. Don't worry. Let's go.
Well, that's so nice of you, Edma. Maybe when you're done helping me, I could help you with your problems.
I want to split off. Because I could try to see if I could at least talk to the mayor, if not the Baron. Considering my job usually requires me to check in with whoever runs the place first.
Okay, that makes sense. Zeshi, how about you? What are you thinking?
I'm thinking that I want to be as far away from the mayor talk as possible.
That could be boring.
You're like, fuck this.
Zeshi just like, man, I like Clem, but she always starts getting into these businessy contract talks. Oh my god, put me to sleep.
Anyway, Clem's fun. She's interesting. I've never seen someone like her before, but goddamn, she keeps on talking about business.
Listen, I make $1 million.
Business
Cedric, how about you?
Business in the streets, necrobotany in the sheets.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm probably following Clem around.
Okay, you can come with me and be like my guard or something.
Yeah.
Like pose as quote unquote my guard. Edma, are you gonna keep an eye on Davi and do Davi stuff?
Yeah, I have some business to attend to myself, but I can take him with me. I've got Davi duty.
Ooh, Davi wants to help attend to your business.
So you feel free to do whatever you want. You're a free spirit.
Yeah, that's it. I was like, Zeshi's gonna get returned to her roots. She's gonna go, just solo see where the wind takes her.
Just make sure you keep any adventuring on the down low.
Alright.
I am going to take Stick Berta. I know you will be sad that you guys are apart. Davi, I will not be sad. You forced this onto me. I'm no Stick Berta. Here, Zeshi. You can have Stick Berta to keep you safe while you are gone.
Oh, thanks, Davi.
And as you're holding Stick Berta, you'll see Stick Bert. Zeshi, get rid of that thing while you still can.
What'd you say?
Stick Bert will say, you'll just kind of hear, just like him shake, and you'll hear him say, Zeshi, get rid of that thing while you still can.
So she's just gonna nod.
Is it Zeshi? You're not sure if that's Davi. It sounds like Davi, so he's probably just doing a voice. He usually speaks for Stickbird, but then again, didn't see his beak move? You know what? It's probably nothing.
Okay, bye, Zeshi.
Bye.
Okay, let's see here. Who should go first? Let's start with Clem and Cedric. So...
1 second. I'm back. We're good. What's up?
Alright. So, you and Cedric making your way, after briefly asking for directions, you're pointed in the direction of the mayor's office down the road. Not a long ways down. The town isn't particularly big. Though...
Not there? Don't worry about it.
What does catch your eye briefly, and, you can decide to what extent your interest lies, as you pass by the chapel in town, you do notice that the graveyard is quite large for a chapel of that size, and is active. There is a gravedigger out there at this moment.
I'll go poke in. I might as well ask about the recent deaths and all that.
Okay, yeah, it's a wooden fence surrounding it. Not hard to poke your head in. The gravedigger will look over his shoulder and just go, "Hello there. If you've got some dead, please just set them to the side. I'll see if we can get a plot."
No, I'm good. Dead all handled here. I actually had some questions. I'm new to town, and this is alarming. I was wondering if you might be able to shine some light on what happened here lately.
Oh, yes, quite a tragedy. The dwarf just kind of puts another shovel full of dirt. I don't know all the details myself. The priest knew a little more, but he turned tail and ran shortly after some more issues. Oh, but look at me starting near the end. Oh. All started when some terrible people calling themselves merchants showed up in town.
Oh.
So they sold something off to, I believe, our blacksmithing family and a few things to our local mage. I'm not really sure what happened, but later that very day, explosions rattled the town. Lost both of the blacksmiths and the mage. Well, she survived, but her pride certainly didn't.
That sounds very familiar to what we saw earlier.
And,
Actually happened in my hometown.
Oh, well, hopefully you had better sense than us. As you can see, the townsfolk didn't take kindly to that, thought it was an attack. Decided, hey, why don't we go hunt down those bastards and deal with them? And our population was about cut in half that very day.
Oh.
No one came back from that raid, and never saw those bloody merchants again. Thank the gods.
How long ago was that raid?
Oh, 2 weeks ago? It might be 3 at this point. It's a shame. These lovely, lovely people, and all cut short because they just had to go chasing revenge, and I can't say that I blame them, but, we're no warriors. Our guards are trained well enough, but this was not our league, and this was not our fight, but you know how small towns are. You hurt a few people, and suddenly everyone's in an uproar.
Is this what the whole, and I'll whisper, adventurer problem is about that I'm hearing?
Oh, I couldn't tell you exactly. You see, that wasn't, there were no adventurers. At least none in town, and shortly after the population decreased, that whole debacle, it was only a few days later that the Baron moved in and asserted complete control, more or less.
Oh,
Brought every
so that
suit
was
of
an
armor to life.
Effect unrelated.
Brought every single suit of armor to life in town, and soon enough, he's got soldiers everywhere, eyes and ears, keeping tabs on people.
Oh, that sounds exhausting.
It's not great, but they don't bother us normal folk much, and for the restrictions that some of us don't agree with, he hasn't hurt anyone. Not yet. But if things keep going the way they are, well, I do worry some of the townsfolk might do something drastic.
It is a bit concerning that right after an event where you could have used some adventurers, you are suddenly robbed of that additional potential support.
Oh, I quite agree. I only wish the Baron could see reason, but they seem to be very stalwart and all adventurers and mercenaries, and they're no good for anyone. They go for coin, or they're not there at all.
Yikes. I
Oh,
mean,
but
I
listen to me.
understand there could be some of them, but, you know.
Well, certainly, but broad strokes never got anyone anywhere useful.
Exactly. Anyway, would
but-
you like any help with this? Shorten your day up a little bit? I have
Oh,
some
well.
experience.
I couldn't possibly ask two new arrivals to just start the sobering work of digging graves all day.
Oh, absolutely not. And I'll give him one of my little cards and be like, listen, this is part of my regular job. If you want some regular assistance, just putting these people in the ground. It's not a hard thing for me to help out with.
Oh, well, I suppose if the two of you have the time, I won't say no. It is just me now. I don't really know how to run the church, but I
Do
try.
you want to help, or do you want to just hang out on the side? Go do something else for a little bit? I'm not going to force you to stay here and help me if you don't want to. Quinn.
Edric?
Sorry, was that... sorry, can you repeat that?
It's okay. I was just asking if you wanted to help dig graves with me, or if you wanted to stay on the side. I wouldn't care either way. I just didn't want to force you to do something you weren't expecting to do.
No, Cedric will lend a hand.
Okay.
Alright. So, the gravedigger will set down his shovel and head into a little shed around back of the chapel and bring out a few more and say, right, well, I very much appreciate your help. Cut down on the time. I wish I could pay you for it, but, well, honestly, I'm not even being paid anymore without the church bringing in any sort of donations.
No, we heard about the money problems. It's alright. I just know how exhausting it is, and those corpses aren't getting any fresher, so
Oh, certainly not.
at least we can help alleviate some of the weight.
I very much appreciate it. Feel free to drop whenever you need to if you've got things to do. Let's bounce over as you two begin your assistance to I think Davi and Emma. Let's go Davi and Emma.
Yippee-ki-yay.
It's not hard for you, Edma, to find the tavern. It's one of the few buildings that seems completely intact and still has people coming in and out as you're kind of herding a talkative Davi through the door.
Don't you worry, Edma. I'm a professional bear wrestler. I am good at identifying bears because they're big and tall and they have fur and they're kind of fluffy. I'm gonna try to look over at you.
Fluffy.
Yes, fluffy. Hey, Edma, you're kind of big and tall and hairy and fluffy. Are you
Not a bear. I am a leonin.
a Leonin bear?
No?
Okay, but I've got my eyes on you.
Let's just go into the tavern.
Alright, the tavern is bustling. There are plenty of patrons sitting around. It's not particularly loud. Obviously, people are having conversations.
What is the name?
But despite the amount of activity, there's a lot of empty tables.
What's the name of the tavern?
The name of the tavern, let me scroll through my notes here. The Vines of Vitality.
Okay.
So there are people scattered about. Most are wearing very blue collar, like workman's clothes. A few have leather armor on. They're dressed like town guards. There is one person sitting off in what appear to be mage robes, and there is a small half-elf sitting on the bar, just quietly sipping out of a cup.
Okay, Edma. I am going to use all of my powers of perception to find this magic woman.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm
Davi.
I see her, and I'm gonna scramble over to the half elf at the bar.
I'll walk over to Davi.
And as you approach this half elf who is sitting on the bar, not at the bar, just so we're clear.
Okay.
Because I know I
understood
can.
the image.
Okay, I know I can kind of mumble on occasion. Getting close, this is a child. This person is probably a bit younger than Davi. And she has a few bandages on her cheek and like a band-aid across part of her forehead. And she has this just 1,000-yard stare. Doesn't even like react to Davi scrambling up near her.
Hello. I am looking for a magic lady, and you are probably that magic lady. So hi.
Davi, she's not the magic lady.
What are you talking about? I used all of my focus. How could I
It's
be
okay.
wrong?
We all make mistakes, but let's not harass the child about things they probably don't want to talk about.
I'll turn back to this elf. So, are you, as the Edma says, you are traumatized because a drunken fire giant rampaged through your town?
Davi,
The-
I think you're a little insensitive.
She turns towards you, just kind of stares at you for a moment with this vacant expression, and just, you can hear her just go right back to sipping whatever's in the cup through her straw, and she just turns back and goes back to staring at the wall.
That is no way to be. And I'm going to rummage through my pack, and I'm going to pull out a bag of cookies. Here.
I'm gonna push your hands down. Davi, let's not do that. I'm just gonna look at the kid. I'm gonna get down like on my knees.
You don't need to, Edma. She's on top of the bar. She's only like a foot below you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a tall bar. Okay.
It is quite a tall bar.
Are you gonna groove stop on the
I
sushi
get
bar?
it, kid. Been
Callbacks.
there. I know what it's like to lose your family at such a young age. You're not alone. I don't want you to feel alone in the world. It doesn't get easier right away, but you'll find a way to live without them. You'll find a way to live for them. You've still got a lot of things left. If you ever need any guidance, you can come looking, and I'll just like pat her on the head.
Huh.
She kind of looks up at you, a little wide-eyed. Straw still not leaving her lips, but you do see a few tears welling up.
I will take the bag of cookies and just kind of put them in her lap. Here. Just because the world is not necessarily a good place now, does not mean it cannot become a good place later. And, you know, maybe one day you'll be big and strong, like a giant, and nothing will scare you. Just look at me. I'm already on my way. Big giant. Ah.
Her blank stare persists. Behind the bar, a middle-aged looking orc walks up, gives her like a light pat on the shoulder, and just leans down going, "Now, Lelia, you should say thank you if they're going to offer you something."
Oh no, she does not have to thank us. It is
Nothing
probably
of that sort.
hard for her to talk right now, and that is okay. We understand. We have seen lots of things in our travels, so we are not the offense, as you say.
Well, I thank you for it. Poor girl hasn't spoken in quite a while, but, you know, we do what we can for her. And he just kind of ruffles her hair as she sips.
Well, I hope
We can at least get her to eat and drink still.
I hope that
That's
when
good.
she does open her lips, she says, and I'll just kind of speak in giant. Oh, sorry. It means live well and go in strength.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Davi.
Well, certainly kind folks. I haven't seen you around here. My name's Gil. I own this establishment. Can I be of any help while you're in town?
I will proudly stand up on his bar and extend one hand. I am Davi, son of Yargoth.
He shakes your hand. Very nice to meet you, young man.
I'm Edma Samurai. I studied under Zor. We're here to meet with that mage and talk to them a little bit. I had a question. If you might know some people around here, I'm looking for a guy named Gond.
Edma?
Sent here with something for him.
How did you know that that was the mage lady?
And well, he kind of looks down and covers the girl's ears. You'd best check the graveyard. He didn't make it during the raid.
During...
The counterattack, I suppose.
Man, I'm just gonna kind of look at you, like look at Edma. Sounds like he's really...
I see, that's why he needed the sword.
No, sounds like he's really gone with the wind, huh?
I'm just gonna slap Davi right there.
Ow!
Like, that is uncalled for, Davi. That you don't joke at the behest of the dead. Completely uncalled for, completely disrespectful. I'm so sorry, and I'm gonna put 8 gold on the counter for that, cause
He'll push it back towards you. Look, everyone gets a little unruly. It's fine.
it's the least I can do, honestly.
Should I not have been spitting on the graves of the people that we have been killing on this journey?
Davi, let's just not have this I'm just gonna start shooing him over to the mage. Let's go.
You start pushing him over, then the barkeep goes, Petra, you have a few visitors.
Alright, so I'll just scramble up on the chair. Yeah, Petra, I am Davi, son of Yargoth, and I need your help to make a belt of Storm Giant strength. You can do this, please, yes?
The Tabaxi flips another page in her open book and just kind of glances over at you. And you can kind of see there's some scarring poking up onto her neck from under her shirt. And she says, Kid, I can barely enchant anything right now, and you want a belt of giant strength?
Well,
Do you have any idea how much goes into that?
yeah, a million platinum and 1 clarence. I know.
What?
What?
Don't you think you can convince me? Also, important question. Are you a bear? Hmm?
No.
Okay, okay, good. Because if you were, I'm gonna do this. We would have had problems. But I'm watching. And I'm hearing in this town. There is a big bear problem with the Baron. And let me tell you, when I get to the bottom of this bear, it's not going to be good.
Right. And she kind of glances up at you, Edma. Something tells me you're here about more than just the belt.
Oh yeah, that was the first thing. We're here about the things that happened in the town that made all the blacksmiths run away and all the damage and stuff. What happened here?
If only they ran away. The blacksmiths were killed.
Oh no. Why?
She'll
Was
kind of
the
like...
Baron here before or after they were dead?
She takes a glance at the door and motions for the two of you to sit. Look, clearly you're new here. I'll fill you in best I can.
I'll take a seat next to her.
We had a few merchants coming through, trying to hawk magic weapons. I was the second person they visited. Apparently they sold a few to our blacksmithing family first.
Those are the... I'm just gonna lean to Edma while she's talking. Those are the shitty fuckers, Edma.
Yes, the shitty fuckers. I remember we've been chasing them for a while. The
wanted-
Children of the Storm?
I
Is
do
that
not,
what you were dealing with?
I do not like.
She sort of grimaces at the name. Yeah, that's the bastards.
I do not like this name. It gives Storm a bad name. That is a good name. I do not like this.
They tried to sell a few things to me. I was busy. I asked if they wouldn't mind leaving a few things so I could examine them before deciding to buy. Things fucking detonated.
Yeah, they tend to do that.
Now, I can't even summon a flame for a candle without feeling like my arm is being electrocuted. And she sort of pulls up her sleeve to just reveal large amounts of almost a mix of traditional burn and electrical burn scarring. Nothing I do works right.
I will put a hand on her arm. Well,
So,
maybe it does not work right now, but you know, the first bear that Davi wrestled, it almost ate him alive, and Davi was not very good at it for a long time. Sure, maybe you have to relearn how to wrestle a bear, but I think you can do it.
do you think these attacks were orchestrated to weaken you guys so that this Baron could take over?
I don't know. It's possible. The Baron didn't move in for another few days, not after the massacre.
They said that no one has seen this Baron, so like, you know, does anyone know what he looks like? How does he speak to all of you? Like, does he have another person that talks? You know?
You guys sent out a counter raid, right? The barkeep had mentioned that.
Yeah, apparently lots
Did
of
he
Yes.
come before or after they had left?
yeah, lots of people
Well,
died apparently.
What happened was, upon my injury and the death of our blacksmiths, a lot of the townsfolk didn't take kindly to it. They did see it as an attack, and I wasn't sure if it was an attack or just stupidity. Either way, a good portion of our town decided to try to hunt them down. Never came back. A few days later, the Baron moved in, brought every damn suit of armor in the town to life under his command, kicked the mayor out, and started communicating through his former assistant, who, bless her soul, doesn't seem to like the job, but it's the only point of contact any of us have.
Sounds to me like we need to
Interesting.
go talk to this assistant, Edma.
We definitely should, but I'm gonna look at the mage. Is there a group we should talk to in town that might have more plans going on? Or is everything a little too weak to build, really, for people to group up like that? The armors are pretty hard to deal with, I can imagine.
I bet a couple of cracks.
That and they're plentiful, and the fact that it's our armor means all we're left with is leather.
I bet a couple good cracks of the Glassmaster would take those junkers down.
Well, we're not fighting anything right now, Doppy.
No, I'm just
We
saying.
have to be smart.
When the time comes, I would like to test my metal on their metal.
Petrol will lean in towards you, Edma. You didn't hear it from me. There's a former guard, a half-orc named Kiva. Speak to her. She's been talking about bringing down the Baron for a few days now.
Ooh, I think I like this lady.
Didn't hear a word you said. Thanks. So, is there anything we can do for you while we're here?
Yeah.
You seem pretty beat up, but I mean, we have someone with us who has some decent healing magic.
And
I don't really know the extent of her powers,
I
but
have healing words of kindness. They don't do anything, but they make you feel better.
Oh, well, thank you, but I've no wounds left. This is all just aftermath. It's a curse, really, not being able to control your own magic anymore.
I can imagine.
I only wish I had seen the weapons for what they were before anything happened.
Hindsight is 20/20. We can't change what's already happened. We can only work with what's left.
Sadly, quite right. I'd offer you assistance, but unfortunately the blast took out most of my shop and corrupted basically my entire stock. So unless you want things that could explode at any moment, I wouldn't recommend going there.
I'm going to look at her. I think things that could explode at any moment will do just fine.
We'll make use of them. Thanks for the information.
Just be careful with yourself if you've got any mages of your own. Don't let them detonate near them, or they could end up like me.
No. Me and Edma will handle the dangerous things. We live for the danger.
Davi, just don't say that too loudly.
Yes, if
Remember
I'm
where
not-
we are.
Oh, right. Me and
Those
Edma
armors don't look alive.
Just
live
you
for
don't need
the
you don't need to
danger.
say it again. You don't need to say it again, Davi. Let's Thank you for
Petra's
your
gonna put like
information.
a claw on your beak, Davi, and be like, they may not look alive, but those fucking armors hear everything.
Oh,
Keep your voice down.
okay. So, like, do you want to be like a tag team, Edma? I could be Mr. Danger and you could be Mrs. Danger, the destructive duo.
No, thank you, Davi. I think we should just go look for that half-orc, Kiva.
So you're telling
And I'm
me...
gonna start ushering you towards the door.
So you're telling me that if we for somehow got involved in an impromptu wrestling tournament, you would not tag team with me?
Look, if we get involved with an impromptu wrestling arena, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Okay? For now,
I'm going to
we'll
hold,
focus on other things.
I'm going to hold you to that, Edma.
Okay, you can hold me to it. Hold on. What do you mean hold me to it? Hold me to what, Davi?
And I'm gonna
What
skip.
does that mean?
I'm gonna
what
skip-
do you mean hold me to it?
I'm gonna.
Is that a turn of phrase,
I'm gonna-
Davi?
I'm gonna
I
skip-
think you just made a turn of phrase.
I'm gonna skip ahead of you and say, the turn of phrase works for me now.
And with you two collecting yourselves, we're gonna bounce over to the baddest witch in the West.
Alright.
Now, Zeshi, you're kind of seeing where the wind takes you. Is there something you're looking for, or are you really just wandering down the town seeing what's what?
I'm just wondering. I really have no goal in mind.
Okay. You'll be probably wandering a good bit. Not too long, again, town's not massive, but mostly people leave you to your business, passing by. Until you notice, outside of one of the buildings, there's a very well-dressed goblin on a bench outside one of the buildings, his fists firmly on his cheeks, looking almost cartoonishly sad.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is there no more bread in this town?
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you think he's the only goblin in town?
Oh no, he's the only goblin that has any right to show up in every campaign. I'm just fucking with you.
Technically, he's made his cameo already.
Oh, I know, it's fine.
Of course, up to you if you choose to interact with this person or continue your meander.
Yo, go talk to this sad gobbo. Cheer him up, Tyler.
Trying to see if I have like a. I would almost like flip a coin for this. I do not have anything.
Odds or evens on a die.
Yeah, I might do that. This is literally Zeshi, like.
Everything's on a win. Listen, everyone's got to make a call. Sometimes you're like, sure. Sometimes, I'm good.
Yo, it's real Zeshi hours.
Yeah, because like I said, like we were saying, Zeshi lives on the wind. She's just like, yeah, should I approach him? Should I not? Should I approach him? Should I not? Like, but should I just do this one, or should I just find something else interesting? So, even says stay.
As in, you're going to talk to him, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to him.
Or stay the course. Okay. You'll walk up, and he doesn't seem to notice your approach at first. And you can hear him just kind of musing to himself, like, oh, where did it all go so wrong? How can I be a leader if I'm reduced to a pointless man on a bench?
Fucking Shakespearean goblin be like.
I'm gonna be a leader.
Is he holding a skull while he's saying this?
He is not holding a skull.
Lame.
His fists are firmly planted on his cheeks.
Sad.
And after a moment, he'll notice your shoes and just kind of glance up.
It's like, well, I'm gonna say, well, you can start by explaining why you're a pointless man on the bench.
Oh, a tired story. I was elected fair and square by the good people of this town. Our lot isn't much, but we make our due. And those merchants of destruction come and take away our blacksmiths, damage our mage, and cause a frenzy that not even I could quell. I told them we must not pursue. These people are not of our caliber. They are above us. Not in any societal role, but their power exceeds ours, and they'd be foolish to take them on. But the people were sure the numbers would have it, and they said vengeance must be kept. Our blacksmiths were wonderful people. Treasures of this town, even. And now our population is shrunken. A mere shell of what it used to be, and only days later, this thing, God knows if it's even humanoid, of a baron, marches its armors into town and declares itself the ruler. And I may not be a fighting man, but I read that message and I said, no, sir. I run this town. I was elected. I will not bow. Never before had I been so bodily hurled from a building. And so here I am, without my position and unable to do anything. And that, my dear wanderer, is what makes me a useless man, and, well, I've not much else to do, so I find myself here on this bench most days. Hence how I've become a useless man on a bench.
So you're elected mayor, and now, what, you have no allies?
Allies aplenty. I still have the people who voted for me, but what are we to do? Even my own secretary, was her official term, but she was my assistant, now holds my position because she was willing to play ball with this villain. Bless her heart, she's only doing what she thinks is right. Perhaps I should have been so wise. And what allies I do have, we stand no quarter against these metal monstrosities. I mean, look at them. They behave as if they're being puppeted by a drunken alligator.
Yes, I can't say I'm very fond of their design.
But they are effective, mark my words. Everyone's too scared to do anything about it. He hasn't done anything drastic yet, but let me tell you, if he continues putting more laws down, and heaven help us if he attempts to expand influence, what if we were to catch the ire of a real baron? It could mean war. Our guards are no longer equipped for this. Our best armor is now walking against us.
Interesting.
Oh, but I'm terribly sorry to be boring you with my woes. Is there something I can do for you?
Oh no, that was actually very informative. I normally don't tend to take interest in political stuff. But this is actually speaking out to be rather interesting.
Oh, certainly. Well, one word for it, I suppose.
So these guards, they just they're police. Like they react to crime. I'm assuming.
We can only assume. We've had no incidents. Well, I suppose that's not true. There was one drifter who came through. Just a common thief attempted to steal a few coins out of the tavern at Sword Point. Didn't get far. He was dragged off by these things, and heaven only knows. Our guardhouse is mostly damaged, so, we've no cells to put him in, but never saw him again. Perhaps merely locked up, perhaps launched out of town.
And the guards were the ones who first apprehend him and actually, apprehend him.
Our guards were. We still have our town guard, as you can see, but they cornered the man rather quickly outside the tavern, and one of those armors just shoved its way to the front, clocked him in the head, and dragged him off. No word, no pause. But they do tend to... Oh,
I
please.
have some curiosity on how these things think.
Well, I can tell you, almost any time people begin to speak ill of the Baron or mention the A word, there always seems to be one skulking about not far behind. They've yet to do anything, but I don't want to see what happens if they do.
Interesting. So they always seem to know.
Like tiny surveillance flies, except not tiny at all, made of metal and unable to be reasoned with. I suppose that metaphor fell apart in my hands.
Hold on, I'm thinking about something. This probably is a stretch, and I don't think I have anything that would give me like this ability, other than me being a sorcerer, so I'm like innately magical somewhat.
Take a shot.
Would I like be able to sense like a magic? Like I just want to sense like magic in the air specifically, just like, because I want to see if there's like a field or something that like he's using to monitor, or like this is like a domain for that's these things are connected to.
I'm gonna say
Domain expansion, public surveillance.
give me
There's
a
actually
Arcana check with advantage.
Advantage.
Yeah. Being one of the innate casters of the group, while you may not be able to say there's definitely a field, you certainly would detect any... I mean, so far you've been able to detect many fluctuations in magic, alongside Clem, you guys being the most in tune with mana.
If you were a paladin, you'd have divine sense.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So
So that's
something
a 17. That I swear that one. I'm using the digital one, but the one it rolled, it landed on 17. That told me 15. I swear. Whatever.
Alright, so on a 17, you don't believe that there's a dome. You think these are individual puppets. You're not sure how far they could go. It depends on exactly how they're created, but you don't think it's within a certain radius they live. It is, they are brought into existence and then sort of set out on orders. What you have noted, and you didn't really think much of it in the moment because, well, everyone else was talking and your focus was elsewhere, but the few times you've passed by one, you always get a little tingle in the air. Not unlike some of the times you've been exposed to the wild magic.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was kind of thinking. I see. Kind of makes me want to tear one open.
Well, if you could, I would say sure, go for it, but, well, I don't know if you'd like to take on the rest of them.
That is put a damper on things, but...
I mean, I suppose clearly your magical knowledge far exceeds my...
Surrounding it, correct?
Yeah, like a stone and wood wall as a defense. Also, Zeshi, just as a side note, as he says good luck on your adventures, you're walking down and in one of the alleys you notice one of the armors standing there.
Yeah. And it's just that one? There's no other ones around?
There's a few in the open streets, but only one is standing still. It gives you no trouble as you pass, though.
Mm-hmm. I'm actually gonna stand. I'm just gonna stop by it and look at it.
It stands as still as it can, which should be still. All the armor clinks as the pieces jitter unnaturally, even though the creation itself doesn't seem to be moving much.
And so she's just gonna stand there staring at it, smirking.
It will retreat further into the alley and take a back road.
Interesting. She actually says that out loud.
What would you like to do?
I'm going to roll a die. Even she follows, odd she goes and finds the rest of the party.
Says she casts fireball.
4. That's even. She follows.
All right. You follow this armor as it makes its way through a few alleys and comes back out onto the main road. It never pauses to look around, nothing of the sort. And it hooks back and starts marching towards the building where you saw the goblin. And you aren't sure if it knows you're there. It certainly never turns to you, and it does not approach him, but it does begin. You can watch as it sort of sets up a little patrol route near the building, and it never goes too far away from him.
I'm just gonna set up where I can watch it and watch the goblin.
Okay. So we can skip about...
Yeah, we sort of like study its behavior, specifically.
Sure, right, and you can set up for that, no problem. We can move to... let's say an hour and a half later. Clem and Cedric, you guys have put quite a dent in the Gravedigger's work. And you notice, well, you hear one before you see the two, but Davi and Edma come by, walking in that direction.
Oh, hi Cedric. You are among your people.
Oh, hey. Working with more dead bodies, I see.
Well, yeah, that's part for the chorus. How is she going to get better at the grassmancy?
None of that this time. And I'm gonna keep digging.
I'll just like hang out near where she's digging. So Clem, we found out some things from a magic lady.
It's true.
Like what happened to the town and some things
Oh yeah.
about the Baron. And is this getting through to you? He's just gonna like turn his head. Is this getting through to you, Clem? You seem very in focused on digging the holes.
No, I'm listening.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna insight. Can I roll insight for Clem?
Sure.
Alright. Let's see what we get. Hey, mod 19.
Could I roll against this?
I would say I would leave it up to you to sort of describe if, like, what Davi is getting off a 19.
I guess you could roll deception to try and hide whatever's going on.
If you are
she's not
actively
really
trying-
hiding. She's just focused on her work.
Then the answer is as simple as that.
There's a little bit of worry. There's a little bit of thought, but it's not like she's not ignoring him actively.
Okay. Well, I'll leave you to it then, Clem. When you're done, we can go and proceed. We need to go talk to the assistant to the Baron.
I think we should go talk with Kiva while we're waiting on the rest of the party.
Oh yeah, Kiva sounds like a good bet too.
Apparently the old head of the captain of the guards, something like that.
And maybe if we're lucky, we could run into Mr. Ace and he could help get us in to see the Baron because he is shifty and charisma-y.
I don't think that's gonna happen, Davi. Not gonna lie to you.
What do you mean? It could totally happen. He is a nice man.
It could totally happen. I just wouldn't set your expectations high.
Alright. Clem's gonna stick her little spade into the dirt pile she's got, dust her hands off, and be like, listen, the Gravekeeper told me enough. You're gonna go talk to the assistant, or the mayor, or whoever.
We need to go talk to this Kiva person first.
Who's this Kiva person?
She is the old guard person who does not like the Baron. So perhaps we could have our goals and her goals align, so that we
Were
could.
you told where she is?
No.
Not exactly. We're just perusing, but we have a description. She's a half-orc. I mean, I don't see a lot of those around here, so it can't be too hard.
Yeah, we will look for a big.
I'm pretty good at sniffing people out.
We will look for a big, strong, green lady. How hard could that be?
The Gravekeeper will turn to you, Clem, and Cedric. Well, you've helped out plenty. If you must be on your way with other work, please don't let me pull you up.
Wanted to retcon something just a little minor.
Sure.
I do have access to Mold Earth. I would have been using that.
Okay.
Since it's a cantrip, I would have just been...
Yeah, that makes sense. Then you've probably gotten through more work than previously thought.
Yeah.
And he'll say, you've done so much for me. Please, if you have business to attend to of your own, I'd hate to hold such nice people.
Yeah, of course. As long as you can handle it from the rest here, I don't want to...
This is my job. I've done this for years. I can handle a handful of bodies. It's just a sobering situation to be in to have this many at once. Young man, did you say you and the warrior friend there, you're looking for Kiva?
Yes, we are looking for this Kiva.
Oh, well. If you must find her, she's usually butting heads with the rest of the guards down at the guardhouse.
Oh, okay. We go there. Thank you, man who digs holes. You are very nice.
Thank you.
It's no trouble. Also, did you say one of these two was among their people? He's kind of looking at Davi.
Oh, yeah. Cedric,
He says strange things all the time. We
Cedric
just learned
gets
to
along
ignore him.
really good with people that are not breathing. It's more of a personal thing. He's just not very good
Navi,
with.
not your information to divulge.
He's just not good with people. That's all.
He has a condition. It's fine. Davi's a little insensitive about it.
Oh, no worries. I'm familiar with those types of people. Oh, I remember a few years ago we had this grave cleric wander through. She was nice, but yes, also had an affinity for the deceased.
Well, not so much that, but, you know.
Yeah, Cedric has an affinity for being a mom.
Alright, Davi, we're leaving.
What? Just telling straight facts.
Well, I thank you for your assistance and best of luck in your endeavors.
Thank you. Best of luck with the rest of this.
And he'll go back to digging.
Yeah, we have to go find Zeshi, figure out where she went.
Mm-hmm. Should be back by herself.
Well, yeah, no duh, Clem. Do you see the absence of Zeshi as I just, like, point to air? There.
Sorry, Davi. I had my head in the dirt for a couple hours. Just coming back to reality now.
Well, you tell reality that I do not like him and he needs to stay away from you.
Possessive, are we?
What? No, I do not want to possess you like you do with your grass metsy. Ew. No. That's gross. You leave that away from me.
Davi, you make a lot of very rude assumptions about me.
What do you mean rude assumptions? You are nice and kind and sweet and you're pretty and you do nice things and you help people. What is wrong about that? That does not sound like a nice mm-hmm. That sounded like a I am doubting you, Davi. Mm-hmm.
Good, you're catching on.
What am I catching? Where? Who? What are we catching?
And we're leaving.
As Davi tries to wrap his head around another figure of speech, so just so I'm on the same page as the party, you're all looking for Zeshi at the moment?
Yeah.
Alright, given the small nature, it doesn't take long to find her. Set up a little further up the road, and she's simply watching at the moment.
What you looking at?
Hi, Zeshi.
Oh, hey. Just watching the armors. They're kind of fascinating looking things, aren't they?
Have you figured out that they have a critical weakness and you can use your zippy zappy magic powers to make them go and he'll like fall on the ground and pretend to die?
No, I don't think I've quite figured that out yet.
You disappoint me, Zeshi.
Oh, sorry. I'll do better next time.
Oh, I know you can. I forgive you.
Oh, by the way, you might, Clem, you might want to know this. You see that goblin over there?
Yep.
That's the former mayor.
Really?
I see.
Is he the mayor of that bench that he's sitting on?
Well, right now, yeah, actually he is. It
So
seems
you
like it
mean
is
this
his bench.
soon to be current mayor once again? Assuming we deal with this whole Baron issue.
Yeah, well, hopefully. He seems to hold out hope for his former assistant, now current mayor.
Oh, Zeshi, I need back stick Borta.
Oh, you want Stick Berta back?
I don't know unless you did something with it.
I don't think I think I meant to, but I never did. It's like I got distracted. It's like, oh yeah, I suppose here.
You hold it out, and then you hear Stickbird go, Zeshi, you have failed me. I trusted you.
Actually, you know what? Considering Davi, I'm just gonna do shocking grasp on this. I'm kind of curious what's gonna happen. As I'm holding it out, I'm just gonna use shocking grasp on Stickbird.
Some of the lightning kind of radiates through it, and several burns appear on the sticks. A few fall out. The doll seems otherwise unfazed.
Wow. I mean, I didn't know that Stickbird took after me and could do the zippy zap. That's cool.
And as you're passing Stickbird back, the rest of you, and soon Zeshi and Davi after, hear a lot of clanging as, coming in from a road that seems to lead out of the town, marches several suits of armor. You would say at least, well, not at least, a quick count would reveal 7.
More.
The armor seems to be of slightly higher quality than the ones in town, but they move with the same unnatural jitter.
I do not like this. I think I will call them clunkers.
And they make their way up to the mayoral office where a gnome in formal attire, glasses barely on her face, steps out and seems to await their full arrival, not eagerly, sort of a resigned notion.
Oh, hey.
And we're going to leave off on that image.
Alright.
As we have reached our allotted time, and it seems like a good place to end off.
Yeah, I thought that was a really good session.
Do you consent to
I'm happy
being a
RJ
bear?
was able to return to us in its initial year.
Yeah, that was nice.
Do you consent to being a bear?
Do you consent to being a bear? I do not
consent to be-
consent to being a bear.
Do you consent to being wrestled and or being a bear?
Yeah. Those-
Never regretted words more. Anyway,
We are
would you
not
like to see
confirming
that
his-
progress?
Yes, I would love to.
Quite.